What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another FaceIt Iliad cast. We're back. Week 8, back to Masters today. We did Expert yesterday. We're showing more love to Masters, and honestly, looking at the way that the rest of the week is kind of shaping up, I think we might be showing a lot of love to Masters. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do about Expert games yet. TLDR, it is a weird little situation. Not that Expert is bad or anything, but there are just so many Masters Gigabangers that have been rescheduled to this week in specific, that I kind of am very interested in doing like a lot of those games. Besides like maybe Thursday night, I don't think I can Thursday night. I could be able to. I don't know, but also I think that might be the worst night of games. So who knows? But it might be Masters for the rest of the week, to be honest with you. Expert, I was looking at the playoff picture. There's one interesting game next week. It's like whoever Burger Walk 42 plays. I think that one is a big game. Then I haven't really crunched anything after that Wednesday game. So any of the rescheduled games Thursday and beyond, I haven't looked at yet. I'm just going to wait till I can see what the playoff picture looks like after Wednesday, and then maybe do one of those, maybe not. But we'll have to wait and see. But anyways, we should have a good one tonight. Amigo will be joining us shortly. He's in an R6 rank game, so once he's out of that, he will be here for the cast. Go. Let's go. Love Amigo. But we have Artemis and we got Amplify, so two teams that have honestly been around for a very, very long time. I've talked so much about how Amplify, like I feel like I've watched Gap and Ewan play for years, and the same thing with this Artemis team. They've been playing together for literal years. We can go ahead take a quick look. Let me move this energy drink over because I literally cannot see my OBS scenes. And yeah, take a look at this Artemis roster. I mean, obviously very, very good. This is a team that I personally am very, very biased for as well, so something to watch for. But I think the heroes that we have selected here are kind of indicative of what I think we're going to see for the rest of the night, right? Like Mav on the Diva, Amadou, kind of playing whatever hit scan flavor of the month, maybe even a little bit of Sierra tonight. I know Amplify probably cooking up a little bit of that Jetpack Cat Bastion, so we could see the Sierra counterplay potentially to try and force that out and square on the Tracer in the back line of Bardox and Floofy. Floofy I think does kind of prefer not Lucio, like Olari, stuff like that. I've talked about that before, but I think probably going to be on the Lucio majority of the day today, even though maybe he doesn't want to play it as much. So yeah, really awesome team here, and they're one of my favorite teams as well because I'm an Iliad head, so it is what it is. But they have to run into the brick wall of Amplify, and this team, I mean, they've been very, very good all season long, maybe outperforming expectations slightly. I have them sitting in my 6th right now. Vasty's in my 5, so just barely outside of that top 4. And I mean, they are a very, very good team. And I mean, you just take a look at the roster and you can see why. I mean, J-Man on the hit scan is just a demon. Fucking Gap Ewan obviously been running things for a while, and then Biz is really coming to his own this season. I feel like in past seasons he's maybe struggled just a little bit, but it feels like he's playing very, very well this season. So big testament to the work he's put in for sure. And then obviously you got players like Hudge putting in work on that flex support as well. So both of these teams are honestly very, very stacked, and I think they're very, very evenly matched as well. I wouldn't be surprised if we somehow have a Gigabanger on our hands, even though technically Artemis is eliminated from playoffs. They aren't 100% eliminated. We can talk about that for a second. But basically, if Kintsugi lose every single game, all of their last 5 games, and Artemis wins all of their last games, Artemis do make the playoff picture. I don't know if Kintsugi are going to be capable of losing a game, to be honest with you, but they legitimately could, I guess. And if they do lose all 5 and Artemis can win out and get a win here today, they would make it into playoffs. But I think more wishful thinking than anything, just based on the rest of Kintsugi's schedule. I mean, they don't have the hardest remaining schedule left, if I'm being honest with you. Like, they play a lot of good teams. And, like, I think 4 of the 5 games are pretty, like, I don't know if I would put them as up in the air, but I could see the other team like maybe squeaking out a win. But they do play interesting pivot. Interesting pivot has struggled a lot this season, so I don't know. I think Kintsugi may ice that one win, and if they get one win, they secure playoffs themselves. So it makes sense that they would go into that. But it is going to be Artemis with the first map pick in ban here, and we'll be curious to see where they do decide to go. I do believe Amadou is going to be late. No, actually, he's here, so. It will be Amadou activated. I didn't know if he was going to be late or not. I saw it typed somewhere, but he is here on time, so should be here to play map 1. And we're going to Lijiang Tower, old reliable map pick for basically every team in the tier. And Artemis, they're talking their band over. Maybe more prepared to have the map pick. Didn't know what they wanted to do, or maybe just stall in timeout so someone can charge their mouse, or maybe so Amadou can get home. Something like that. You never know. And I'm curious to see who they do decide to ban here. I mean, Amplify, they play a lot of different stuff. And they have a lot of different looks. I think they're very, very good at a lot of things. And Artemis, I feel like they don't want to play that Jetpack at Bastion. I think Amplify, especially on this map, that's something they're going to want to play. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the Jetpack Cat or the Bastion banned out here. Honestly, I'd maybe lean the Jetpack Cat. But it could be really anything. I'm curious to see what Artemis do decide to get rid of, because if it's not one of those two heroes, I don't really know what they do get rid of here, to be honest. Like, I feel like those are kind of the slam run like choices to ban away right now. So, yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see what ends up happening there. We are finally on to the ban. They're running this clock down, baby. And then Amplify also, I'm pretty like 100% sure they have clinched playoffs. I don't know what their exact record stands at right now, but I haven't seen anyone talking about any like tiebreaker scenarios for them. So I'm pretty sure they have clinched playoffs. So they're really just playing for seeding tonight, which is ever so important because I don't think anyone wants to go against what could potentially be the top team of Kintsugi in the first round. Or maybe even the second seed of newly signed Anomaly roster. Shout out to the Anomaly guys if anyone's here. Love Anomaly. I mean, well, not a lot. I mean, I don't have any real feelings on Anomaly as an org because I don't really know anything about them. But love that Meowlicad roster. They're all goats. Love them so much. Cast them one time. I mean, they're all goated. They all stream all the time. You guys should check them out. McChicken's one of my favorite players of all time. But yeah, happy that they got signed. Happy they got picked up. And happy I don't have to use a stupid-ass cat as a graphic anymore because that shit is kind of annoying. No offense to the cat. And Artemis, they're going to get rid of Wu Yang. Didn't see that one coming. I'm not going to lie to you. Thought it was going to be maybe the Jetpack Cat here. So they're going to keep the Jetpack Cat Bastion in play. They're also protecting their backline. So Kiri Lucio will be allowed to be played here, which is what I think they kind of want to move towards playing and Amplify. They're going to lock their band in pretty quickly here. So we'll have to wait and see what exactly happens. And hopefully I don't have any Wi-Fi issues. Like, my bitrate looks perfectly fine right now, like, but sometimes, you know, especially last stream, things get out of hand very, very quickly. So we'll have to take a look and see, and hopefully the bandwidth stays with us today. We'll be starting on Lijiang Tower, waiting to see what this Amplify counter ban is, as well as get a lobby invite. Yeah, and I'm telling you, I think someone's running late or got to charge a mouse or something. It happens all too frequently, so just gonna sit here and wait, look pretty, talk alone because Amigo's in a R6 game, and I'm sad. But yeah, curious to see what this Amplify ban is. I'm not gonna lie. And Amadou is out right now, so Duck is subbed in. So Artemis, they may have to go to the ADQ for map 1, which obviously ADQ is a great player in his own right. And I don't think it really matters. Yeah, Amadou's not on the call, so maybe he's just giving an update that he's running back or something. So it will be Duck playing map 1 here. And then even if they lose map 1, they can just go to Havana map 2, and Duck can just play the Hanze like he always does and always farms on it. So I'm sure there's not really any worry from Artemis' side about personnel availability or anything like that. So just gonna have to see what gets cooked up here and what happens. Timer really being ran down, bro. As everyone probably knows by now, biggest pet peeve, the ban timer going all the way down. Chip is so annoying. Sometimes I'm not gonna lie. And finally, lineups are gonna be locked in. We're gonna get to see what the second ban is, and I'm going to make sure my music is on in game. And it's going to be Sojourn taken away by Amplify, and I don't know if they expect Amadou to be in or Duck to be in for this map. So interesting ban. I don't know if that ends up impacting anything super heavily. I don't know if Duck was planning on playing the Sojourn or planning on playing the Imre here, but we're just gonna have to wait and see. Artemis, get rid of that Wu Yang as well, which honestly is probably the more interesting ban. I mean, Wu Yang, I don't know, like, protects your backline, but I feel like maybe the Jetpack guy might have been the ban there, you know, like. Because I don't know. I feel like Artemis, they don't really prefer to play that too heavily, so I feel like maybe the Jetpack Cat was the angle, but we'll just have to wait and see what happens. We will have our answers in 15 seconds. We're in the game. We're about to get started here. Excited to see what these teams decide to play on map 1. I mean, you got to set the tone early in the series. But these teams are very, very capable of doing that. We're going to have our answers here. Mav going to be on this Diva, and Floomfy is on the Jetpack Cat, so maybe Jetpack Cat Bastion from Artemis. Looks like for Amplify, it's just going to be this Malgo look, so not something I'm super like surprised to see. I think Gap is a very, very, very strong Malga player. I mean, he is very, very good at this hero. So it makes sense that this is what Amplify cooked up. Biz probably going over to the Tracer here. J-Man on the cast as well. Feels like very, very anti-divey. Along with Kiri Lucio. It looks like they are going to be playing the Cat Bastion here. No TP for the Jetpack Cat, but I don't think it's going to matter too much. Square hops over to the Tracer himself. Biz actually sticking it out on the Sim, maybe. And no, they're just going to go back to spawn. And Amigo is here, but his Discord is not picking up, so I have to swap it real quick. Give me a second. Talk again.
Hello.
We're good.
Yeah, and Gap's sticking over to the Malga into this Diva comp here, so we're very interested to see. Artemis getting early points.
Gap's so much early damage here. You just think Doug might have the turret form still in the bank here, and it's going to be a Cat Bastion here on Lijiang Tower, but Artemis
getting the pick on 82
out on
though.
The turn here as
oh my
finds
god!
Two. Duck and Flumpy fall. Early point cap is in Artemis' favor, but 5v3 Amplify should have a pretty free flip here as Square trying to work inside of Dojo, not going to find anything, and Duck and Flumpy have respawn now. Oh, we're just going to have to watch Jetpack Cat Bastion the entire map, bro. I hate this so much.
I think keep an eye on those. The ult charge for both flight supports right now really building up to that.
No, yeah, and
oh my god,
in the air. So maybe a time for Duck to look for something here with Flumpy.
But Biz gets it on Square bread.
Find Square early, so Artemis once again probably gonna have to wait and reset here.
I mean, just you see both these like Cat Bastions being very patient because once it starts, wait,
we dropped our Bastion. Nade.
Yeah, just on that bridge.
Hutch is on the Ana, whereas Mardox is on the Kiri. I think the Ana might be a little bit better in the mirror just because, you know, the nanos on the Bastion are so impactful here. Hutch gonna have it here as J-Man gets the nano, and Duck, I'm so sorry.
My god, Duck is so
You're going to get mowed down by this nano Bastion here. Gap is very low in turn, though, as Maverick looking for a try on the backline, and Biz falls, so 4v4 now. And Mardox gonna drop the Kirish into this team fight as Square able to find a cleanup kill onto Hutch, and Artemis, they may have found a way to flip this one in the chaos here. J-Man falls, it's just Gap left.
Yep.
And ultimately this Malga
is Gap trying to live this?
Going to go down here as Ewan stalling out as little of the point as possible. Biz is back to stall as well.
Good, a good stall though, if you consider you need something for 70%. And there you go.
And you forced the bomb
a good
out
win for
Artemis.
Well. Yeah, I mean, good win for Artemis though. They were able to win that nano turn, but you need a bit more now. You're gonna have the Cat ult and your pulse. They have to be very effective.
Yeah, very expensive for Artemis too. I mean, basically 3 ults thrown into that, but Hutch, goodbye, son. Square gonna find the early kill, but goes down to Biz. Had the recall available, probably kicking himself.
I think the kill matters more.
But I think the trade is better for Artemis here because Amplify, they still have to find a way to clear all this space. But Duck is 1 HP and falls in the sky. And these Cat Bastion turns from Artemis, they seem a little like preemptive at times. Like they're in a good position here. They don't have to force anything. And once your Cat Bastion falls, you just have 0 staying power. Now your Diva and your Kiriko just have to get out.
And even now for your re-engage, right? Look at the ult to walk into. It's not very fun.
No, but big grab on the Gap. Flumpy trying to pull this Malga off the map, and Ewan falls. Gap is able to survive though. Hutch very low.
But you get Maverick, and that matters a lot.
Biz finds the
cage.
The cage
and no demon might really hurt here.
Immediately gets bursted through though.
But Gap as well.
Starting to clean up on the backline. Biz as well. Helping out here and Amplify. They're primed to take this point 1 here. Final fight. Square has to be the touch here for Artemis. Getting forced out by Biz early. We'll see if he can even get it. Has to use his recall and not going to be able to touch the point here. So Amplify, they're going to take a pretty commanding point 1 lead in. But the big thing with Artemis is it feels like they're in good positions, and then this Cat Bastion turn just goes really poorly.
Yeah. I can agree with that. But that being said, it also feels like they were able to start getting a bit of the stride of how the comp should work, and like how like maybe their Diva can help with threshold and stuff. They start to understand how they want to play it, but it was just too late with the ultimate and all those things. But I agree. Sometimes it seems like they're a bit greedy on what they should be doing. You know what I mean? Like sometimes they're trying to go for a bit more.
It feels like they don't like have to do something, and then they like do something, and it goes really bad. And then like all the free point percentage that they may have gotten to accrue. And you, like that retake that Amplify had, right? Like they still had so much space they had to clear. They had no Ana. It was really hard from the walk, but when you kind of take that risk and you take the 2v2 in the sky, you're so isolated from the rest of your team, right? Like if you lose that, like it's kind of fight throwing and potentially game throwing. It looks like they're gonna just hop over to the Hanzo here. Something very normal. Kiri Lucio, J-Man sticking it out with the Bastion himself.
How does this comp interact into like that Cat Bastion of sorts? I mean, you kind of have to like like, I don't know, you have to get this good poke and neutral, I guess. That's one thing that we can start talking about here, but you
Duck
have to
just
really
has
leverage
to-
point.
Duck just has to farm.
You have to, and you have to leverage point so much. You have to
Maverick
leverage
is
that point
really
control.
in here, but Artemis, they own a lot of space, but this
Oh.
Cat Bastion, it ever looms in the sky, and
Oh, Gap. Oh, Gap.
taking a turn here on the Malga, and
The
Doug
nade.
is just going to get mowed down. Floofy and
Marduk's
Marduk
dead,
soon
man.
follow, and it's just Square and Mav left. Early point cap is in Artemis' favor here, but immediately going to get flipped as Square is the only one left alive here, and Biz finds the final. So it's going to once again be the early point cap going over to Amplify, and without a true hit scan, I think it's going to be pretty hard to answer the Cat Bastion here. I mean, Maverick, maybe you can help pressure it out.
But I think also part of it was like I don't hate them taking the early space and like you're trying to really put a lot of poke into the team. But I think like if you want to win to the Cat Bastion, I think you need to play on point. Like as stupid as that sounds, like I don't know. That's how I think of it. I don't know much of the comp, all things considered.
Yeah, but Square, if he's going to find
But
this
there
early
we go.
kills on a Biz, I mean, maybe you don't need to deal with
And
the Cat
Gab's got a
Bastion
good
as
pressure.
much. You can deal with the rest of the team instead, and Hutch is going to get caught
Oh
out
my
here.
God, that nade,
but the
though.
nade is so big, will eventually fall, and Duck will be able to stay alive here as Maverick trying to pressure out J-Man and Ewan in the sky, and Artemis, they do get this point flip here, and
But yeah, it's definitely a lot more of the goal it seems to try to kill everything else around the comp, which I think is what a lot of teams do anyways. But like that was a good representation of how they want to do it. I mean, just look at this pressure coming. Oh my God, look at this angle.
yeah, J-Man just getting navigated in the skies right now with Duck, trying to find damage, and
But
J-Man
look at the
has
shots.
his form force, but he also has the second perk and going to start raining havoc down on Artemis' team, dragging out from Duck.
Dragons
Isn't able to
alive.
find anything as Amplify start forcing the point here on the Malga. Biz gets traded,
But
so
Maverick-
4v4.
But Maverick doesn't get
Mav
Dina.
out
That's
of
gonna really
mech.
suck.
Does not have the Diva Bomb available yet, and Artemis, they need to find a crucial trade here if they're going to want to win this one. Square does have the Pulse Bomb available, but it looks like they're just going to let the point flip as Duck hops over to the Bastion. Floofy might be going back to spawn and playing Bastion himself
I
now.
was about to say.
Yeah, they're going to swap
I was
over to
about
Cat
to say.
Bastion here mid-round. Kind of an interesting
And I think that might
decision.
sting a little bit not having like your ults now. I feel like you're seeing some stuff.
Yeah, no longer going to have this beat available. We're going to reset the ult charge to play it, and I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. But they get Kitsune advantage. They're going to obviously use that quite well.
Yeah,
Use
Gap,
and that
really
pulse
nice Suzu from
super
Hutch.
well.
Keeps the Malga alive here and very healthy.
Pressure with
but
the Hutch, he might be very
here we
good
go.
and dies.
Going to fall here in Cap without the Kiri healing. Gonna need to be careful. You're gonna be able to grab this mini, but ultimately probably just gonna be point stall here.
Yeah, it won't be much of a point stall.
And to
honestly.
get
Just might
the
have to
flip, wait,
die.
they can get staggers just pretty big. Hutch is going over to the Baptiste. And Doug
Wait a minute.
finds follow up here. Amplify, they're trying
Wait,
to flip this
Marduk's-
point, but they've already lost so many players. I don't know if it's gonna be possible. Marduk's does fall, but Gap's dead. It's just Biz left and Artemis. That's
That
actually a big
stagger
fight.
fight's
They get the
gonna add
flip in the
up.
middle of that.
I think
they're
that
able to get
stagger's gonna really.
They get so much percentage off this. It's gonna be like a 45% fight
No, it's
right
gonna
there.
definitely. No, that's definitely a fight that's gonna matter a lot for them. They're gonna be happy to take. All things considered, you'll be going into the next fight here, going into the Malga cage and Cat Ult.
Yeah, and J-Man's now off the Bastion.
And Artillery.
Onto the Cassidy.
Onto the Cas. I'm feeling pretty good for Artemis right now. I won't lie to you.
They have a good
Look at the
ult
percentage
bank,
that's being
but
added. Yeah.
so do Amplify here. J-Man on the
Wait, but
Cass is
J-Man-
something you need to watch for here. It is
Oh
kind
my
of
God,
counterplay
does not
for the
miss.
Bastion. Duck has to use the
J-Man
form to
dead.
stay alive here. Ewan gonna run into the Bastion ult here as Marduk's gonna narrowly escape the cage but falls anyway, and Duck is cleaning up on the point right now. 2 kills for the Bastion, looking for more as this Malga trying to find a trade, and
Wait.
Duck may fall. Hutch finds the kill. Not out of
Wait
the
a
woods
minute.
yet. His Gap is
But
1
Hutch
HP.
dead.
Maverick has the
Wait,
bomb,
Gap-
and the Malga
Okay, there you go.
does
D-Mech is
fall.
good.
J-Man and Ewan are
Wait, but
back
it's not
though.
over yet.
Maverick in the mech though should be like the judge, jury, and executioner of the
There we
point.
go.
And Marduk's falls away. Amplify might have an in here. I mean, Biz has the pulse bomb. Hold that.
Oh my.
And Artemis, they're gonna hang on here.
Okay, and also my apologies for the delay. And given that delay, we did not do our predictions. What's yours? Or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
You know what? I love Amplify. I respect them, and obviously there's a lot of players that I've looked for after a while and been very, very impressed by. But I gotta show love not only of connections to you, but also from the players. I like them. Give me 3-2 Artemis.
3-2 Artemis. This is a good pred here, but I've been burned by way too many Artemis preds in my time. I do think they're going to make this one close, though, but I don't know. I think Amplify, I think the game plan is too strong here. I think they look better on some of these mirror looks than Artemis do at times, especially this Cat Bastion mirror.
Let me clarify
So I'm going to
this.
go
Let me clarify
3-1
this.
Amplify.
Listen, here's my take, right? I love Amplify. If you were to ask me what team I think would win from a complete standpoint, I think Amplify will. But you know me. I love upsets, and I love seeing game
We're on
five.
Amalgam
So
here
with
as
those
Duck
two-
finds J-Man early and Artemis. Looking for another early
Look at this
fight win
fight.
here. Ewan, 1 HP, going to be able to stay alive as Gap trades Duck. This Amalgam, I mean, he's cooking in the backline here. Maverick, he wants this kill bad. They're looking for it, but ultimately probably not going to be able to get it here. We'll be able to get this early cap of the point, though.
And that's a good early cap. And also ADQ going up to the Sierra. Character we don't see much of in these like actual matches.
So yeah, this is the Artemis special. They
But
love
I'm also
playing this
really
Sierra.
interested. I'm really interested to see how this what's it called? This Malga comp's gonna go into like Maverick.
Man, Maverick is so low. A square falls
Gas.
to J-Man. Nice headshot from the cast player and Artemis. They're all so low right now as J-Man.
J-Man is so locked. J-Man is so locked.
Looking for more kills. Point is already flipped in Amplify's favor as well. And Duck
Oh my god!
going to be a late kill here as Floomfeed just going to try and run back to the spawn, but he's looking for the boop here and Amplify.
J-Man with the
they're not going to walk
Excelsior
into the
skin.
trap the Lucio is laying. And Hutch is also on the Juno here. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, J-Man on that new Excelsior skin reminded me a bit of Pine on the cast. Not missing a lot of shots, I'll tell you that much. But yeah, as I was talking about, I'm very interested to see like this Amalgam here, because I mean, obviously if you're asking me, I'm gonna favor Gap into it, but it seems like Artemis is gonna find a way to make this work, definitely. Also,
Yeah,
ADQ's been
Mark's
putting a
going
lot of
up to
pressure
Akira
on the
rush here.
angles.
Hutch is going to have a quick array though.
But look at Squarebird on the side. Oh my
Oh,
god.
gonna get forced down. Pulse bomb's out. Suzu's good
The
to keep the
shout
team
and
alive, but
stomp?
Marduk's going to fall to Hutch and J-Man. He's still
J-Man.
cleaning up here. This guy's frying on Cassie right now. Does get traded up by Square, but no Kiri available, and Maverick is so low. Has to grab the Mega here just to stay alive. Is Square trying to do much
Hutch
of the
has
same.
an orbital too. Like, this next fight's gonna be sloppy. I'm just gonna say it.
There's a lot of ults available for this next side. 9 ults in the lobby. The only thing missing is Biz's pulse bomb because he used it in the last one. He's looking
But
for
look at
this
this-
mark
wait, look
out.
at this Tracer off,
Tracer
though.
duel is big here in Gap.
Oh, and
Going with the
J-Man
Ray.
helps it.
Lots of ults from Amplify. Lots of ults from Artemis as well. And Duck's gonna find
Oh,
a
the
trade, but
second, but
J-Man has
82.
the High Noon. He's creating so much space with
But
it,
it
but
won't be
Duck
good,
and Marks
though.
are gonna clean up anyway. High Noon goes wide and massive
It'll
ultimate
kill the
of a fight,
cage.
and Duck's gonna come out with 3 during it. So Artemis maybe have a little
Duck
bit of
is
an in
really
here.
lost.
They're gonna flip this point, and everything was used from Amplify in the last fight.
Yeah, but I mean, it's used on both sides. Like, obviously, like Biz can do a lot with this pulse bomb, but also Biz can also do little. So, I don't think it's necessarily the biggest worry, but I think you'll take that pretty happily if you are Artemis. That being said, Squarebird over to the on-run. What's our thoughts on that?
I think Onrun is very good against Malga. I think Onrun is good against anything you can kind of farm damage on, and J-Man is taking a
And Malga is definitely one of those characters. But look at the damage already on Maverick here. No armor.
Yeah,
It's gonna
Maverick
be a
needs to be
sketchy.
careful. He's going to
Unless the
crash
stomp
out
is good.
into the team,
stomp
and
is
Ewan's
great.
going to fall here. Square on the on-run, looking to punish J-Man. Amplify, we're so close to getting the flip here as J-Man on the high ground. He's looking for
Wait,
kills.
J-Man,
Square
J-Man is
doing
so
what he can
skilled.
to survive, and Floopy just going to put him off the
Good
map here, but it's basically a full set for reset for Amplify anyway.
Now, we need to talk about it. ADQ has been so locked. Look at the ultras on Sierra. That can really matter in one of these next fights here.
Yeah,
You win
Sierra.
40% to that. Biz onto the Reaper here. Oh, we're going Brawly now. We're
Yeah,
going
both teams are
Brawly now.
switching up their looks a lot on this point. Amplify. They're coming up on a lot of big ults here. J-Man about to have another High Noon, and Artemis, they're going to have a lot as well.
And
This
Maverick's
next
already
fight could
cutting back
decide the
early.
map. I'm not going to lie to you. 70%
Oh, I
on
think
the
it
point
will.
for Artemis right
Also
now.
depends how Amplify play this lane here, because if you walk into that Sierra ultimate, that's gonna add up whether you like it or not. Morox will also have a Kitsune, which I think
But Artemis
also
needs
is
to
gonna
be
favor them. But
careful
look at the damage.
J-Man
Maverick
doing
gets
a
to get
lot
out
on
of the
this
corner and
off
does
angle.
so.
We're going to kick it off with Kirish and High Noon from both teams. J-Man trying to stay alive here, and Duck is playing with fate as the shot goes wide for the
And there
cast
we
player.
go.
Biz very, very low as well.
A lot of ults for Artemis.
As Duck drops the ult into this, looking for value, and Hutch gonna get Ajax!
And we'll get a
early.
Hutch.
No, the Juno
But
gets
no,
off.
it's not a Juno.
The Juno's dead, and Artemis, they might win this one outright.
They're gonna
Map
take
finds
map
2, Duck finds
one.
2. And Artemis, they
We have a
find a
series.
map 1 win.
We have a series. We have a series. We have a series. I can tell you that much here. I know we were
Maverick is
talking about
37 and 4!
like
Look at the
son,
scoreboard for Artemis.
son. Maverick, what occurred? How locked are you? Please let us know. ADQ at the end, by the way, I want to say I think ADQ really got to their element on this control center. Just phenomenal plays here all around.
ADQ is playing
I think
some
we're not
locked
playing
in
from all the teams.
Overwatch right now, bro. I'm not going to lie to you. That guy
can I
played
be frank
a
with you?
pretty good map. Except for first. I'll be honest. First point on the Cat Bastion, beyond sketch. Everything else, awesome. Especially on the Sierra.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it though. Like both these teams, this is locked in Overwatch. I'll be honest with you. Like, there's not like much you could say more than that. Like there's not like there's a bit of misplay. Sure, there was early on second like point one, but other than that, like these teams have been going back and forth. Like a lot of star players showing out their skills here.
Yeah, and honestly, ADQ on the Sierra, man, he started really fragging on that hero. One of the most underrated heroes in the game right now. I think as she's gotten buffed, I mean, everyone feels kind of scared to experiment with her, and obviously Emre is very, very strong. Soj was also banned that map, so Soj are not available to kind of counteract the Malga, and the Emre does kind of struggle into the Malga, in my opinion, as well. So,
Do you think we see like some like cat bashing mans coming through this series?
we could Amplify though. They're gonna get a second. They're gonna get their first map pick of the series, and they're gonna send us to Blizzard World. They also get rid of Kiriko for this map.
I don't know why, but I thought for a second they would have like maybe banned Diva. Don't know if that's necessarily a good pick or not, but I don't know. I just had that thought going through them. But the Kiriko ban, I do like. You force them to play your playstyle, whichever it may be here. Could be the cat fashion, but maybe you want to go for a Juno break too. I'm not too sure.
You could really, realistically, you could probably go for anything. I'm not gonna lie, but
Blizzard World is a weird map, isn't it? Like we've seen a lot of teams play different things on this map and make it work. And also that being said, we've also seen a lot of phenomenal Blizzard World maps where it comes down to the last second. And if these teams keep playing the way we think they're going to play and the way we thought they were going to play before we even saw them today, it should be like an all-out brawl.
no, yeah. I don't know. I think Amplify, they're going to stick to this Malga style. I don't know. I don't think they have any real reason to swap off of it. I mean, Artemis looked good in the mirror, but I think honestly it was kind of the comps, like, right? Like they're not like perfect. They're the tank players are mirrored, but like basically no one else is. You know what I mean? Like they play differently, even if the tanks are the same. And I think they're going to continue to play this Malga style. Maybe just target bans on something that is really causing them trouble from Artemis' team comp. But I don't know. Like besides that, I feel like Amplify, they're going to keep running this Malga down, and Bastion is going to get taken away by Artemis this map.
I mean, we were just talking about it, right? And there you go. That's your answer there. I do not dislike that at all. Also, could I get the prod chat?
Yes. As I lock in the bans, and I said Amplify bans.
Of course.
Kiriko. Sweet.
Kiriko, and then we got a Bastion ban coming out.
Bastion ban for Artemis. I mean, obviously getting rid of Cat Bastion here, but keeping Cat in play for yourself potentially is definitely an interesting little play.
I think it's not bad. Like I think sure you might have the other like cat comps, but I don't think any of them have had near as much success as the Cat Bastion has had overall.
No, yeah, for sure. And we're going to get to see what these teams play. I think Artemis, they're going to want to play the Diva more. Like, I think on this map, too, it's kind of easier to pull off against the Malga at times.
Yeah.
You have more high grounds you can abuse, so I wouldn't be surprised to see them play Diva at all here. And Amplify, I still think they're going to rock it out on Malga, to be honest. Like,
also, I mean, could you definitely a Tracer Mirror? That Tracer Mirror can really matter for this map if they decide to go forward with that. Maverick on the Hazard. I like where this is going.
And Gap's
I
actually
love
on the Diva
where
here.
this is going.
Hazard,
but it's gonna be Diva.
It's
gonna be Diva.
I think he will swap back over to the Diva.
It's good.
No, walking out of the Hazard here. Square hovering the Widow and spawn. And Marox is gonna play the Baptiste. So no Juno break here for Artemis as well. I think Juno break could be a pretty good shout here. I mean, Amadou also going to be subbed in here for Duck. So Duck, I mean, he did his due diligence on the last map. He got it done. And if we have a map pick for Artemis, I'm sure we're going to go to Havana immediately. So, if it's still available. So he will.
I mean, we talked about that
again.
I'm talking about that's like one of the classics, right? And we saw that was why that was one of the classics. Probably the clearest Hanzo play I have ever seen, to be honest. Whether or not they won or lost that map. J-Man sticking over to the Widow here. Will it just be like an early pick and going back? Time to find out.
Going back to spawn.
Yes,
here.
it will be.
It's gonna be the Cassidy. I mean, this guy loves to play the Cass, and Ewan's gonna keep going on the jetpack cat here. So Cat Cassidy, I guess, very much in play this map. We'll have to see how Artemis handle it here. Maverick also onto the Diva. We didn't talk about it, but he is playing Diva here. And Hutch onto the Ana as
well. It's curious to see the backline differences. You see Bap Lucio versus like an Ana, on a Cat, right? Obviously, we know why the Cat's being played. Obviously, we know what the value that brings, right? And I think Hutch can help build these nanos for those turns or for Gap as well. We've seen nano be very, very effective. But you'd be looking at this comp, right? This Bap Lucio that we've seen so often, you know, should help put like a lot of constant field pressure for the side of Artemis.
They had to be slow here.
Floofy dead, though.
Going to fall early to Biz. This Tracer player has been pretty good this series, even though Amplify, they didn't get that first map win. And you gotta find an early pick here. And yeah, Marox and Maverick are both kind of low here. is Amplify start to force this point gap, and Mardox might get caught out here. Has to lamp himself to stay up.
We have to consider how Biz is going to be on this next rotate here. Biz has been very, very scary here.
And Amadou finds a kill onto Biz. So Artemis may be in an advantage spot now. Gap on the high ground. Amadou doesn't seem to give a care in the world that he's here. He's going to stay up here.
But that nade is so big onto Maverick. Oh,
it's T-Max here. J-Man does fall to Amadou though. 2 on the fight, so 4 for the cast, and no DPS available for Amplify.
But look at Maverick's ult charge already. It was not going to be long here.
He's making the mech here, so it's going to be a full fight for Artemis, and honestly, Amplify, they might have to get out, but Gap is going to get the nano, and Hutch falls. Amadou in the noon, going to launch it into the D.Va here, and this cast is trying to stay alive. Getting every resource from the team, and Artemis, I think they've kind of withstand this one as Amadou gets 3-mech'd on. Gap.
But Gap is dead again. That's going to matter more, I think. Amadou looking so lucky and so fearless on the cast.
Oh, and Ewan's going to pull Square off the map here. Kind of a no-you from the jetpack out here. Gonna live under. Maverick drops the bomb into this and finds 2 as well. And I think Amplify, they're finally gonna lose this one outright as Ewan resets off the map.
I don't hate their plays. I don't hate their plays, but it's...
That was a team fight, bro. There was so much used in that. It felt like it lasted so long. Amplify, they saw blood once Floomfy went down. And Artemis, they managed to withstand the storm here. Found pretty massive kills. Amadou and Maverick, I mean, 2 big playmakers that fight. And lots of ults used from both teams as well.
I mean, Amadou is very, very good at, like, you know, using this base and knowing that Amadou knows that they're going to get help, right? And use that to the absolute potential. And I mean, deservedly so. Man was not missing, let me tell you.
Yeah, and Maverick needs to be careful here.
Nade goes out wide here, so it's going to not be a trigger for them here. Jamin's going to have a noon, and we're going to see maybe like a pulse coming from Business Fight here. Square will answer that, but Floofy has the beat, and I think it's going to matter a lot, especially if they can...
Forcing the point, but Hutch falls to Maverick
But Hutch dead!
I think Amplify, they're going to get a tick here. No Square touches, so Biz forced to get off here. And J-Man in the high noon, going to find 2, going to find 3. The cat in the cast combined for 4 this fight. J-Man, massive play from the Cassidy. And Amplify, they're going to break this first point hold off the back of J-Man's 4K.
I mean, you can't ask for more from J-Man there. Like, I mean, it's just the perfect play. That wasn't the way I'd expect them to win the fight, but that's a damn good way to win and get the cap for them, right? So you're seeing how this comp can really work well together. Hutch also going over to the Baptiste in the situation, thinking maybe there's not enough sustain, maybe the nade isn't necessarily the win.
Maybe 2 killable as well on the Ana as well.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, they can not enough sustain. Like, you can't like live as long as you'd like to, right?
Yeah, but Gap is
which
really
has been something that they've been
now.
abused.
Doesn't have the bomb, and the lamp is forced out earlier. His business pulse bomb goes wide. Luffy still has this beat in the bank, but
I was gonna say, is it gonna be a stagger? But no.
Don't look like they need it here. Gap falls, Ewan falls as well. They're gonna be on the same wave. It looks like the rest of Amplify are able to get out and stay alive here.
Speaking of Amplify, I'd like to talk about Artemis here and their 3 ultimate scenario. That beat they still have, right? They really haven't had a reason to really use it.
And
J-Man dead.
Somehow,
this is really good for them.
I have no clue what's happening here. You see Maverick, I mean, really in right now, looking for value.
Ewan. Oh my god, look at the parkour, son.
It looks like Hutch back over to the Ana, off the BAP now. J-Man,
oh my
needs to be careful here, Maverick. They don't want to give it an ounce of space to this Amplify team as Ewan able to grab Amadou off the map here.
Over Amadou, but Ewan is dead!
Mardox does go down though, but Hutch being held
is so low, Hutch will live.
As Floomfy does fall as well, so the spawn hold is broken here. And Maverick should be able to just run to the point. J-Man is a trade though, and Maverick does fall. But it's just Square left. And Amplify, they're gonna break.
But that's not a bad spawn hold though. Like, that's a good spawn hold. You're happy taking that, no?
No, I think you are.
Ewan also
didn't have to use the beat either.
They didn't use anything. They just kept holding it. And like, now look at the time back. We're down to 1:30. It was like, what, 2 minutes 40 plus? That's really, really good for them. And we're going into the next fight here. They're going to have essentially 5 ultimates, right? Ewan overgood to the brink, probably trying to help deny the value that Maverick's going to show with this map here.
Kind of just does whatever he wants right now. I'm not going to lie to you. Biz very, very low here. Needs to get carried up. And gonna get kind of forced early here as Gap looking for value on the high ground. Maverick just gonna stay alive here and start hunting this backline. Here's the beat push from Floofy. J-Man using the high noon here, but ultimately falls as Artemis. They're gonna start cleaning this fight up. Amadou does get traded by Gap, but this D.Va does go down and doesn't decide to use the remake here, so gonna be kind of brutally staggered, I think.
Can they make Biz? Okay, yeah.
Trying to make it back to his team though, but
they're gonna let it live.
They're just gonna let him go. I mean, it's 50% ult charge. No one peeked the baby D.Va. Do not let him get this mech back off of you. And Gap's just gonna jump off the map.
And
Can't
now
say
we're
I
down to
hate it.
28 seconds, right? Fluency going over to the break, probably for the same reason that you would like to go over, right? So
And
we're gonna
Artemis,
see
they're gonna
that here, but we're
stuff
gonna see
this.
a
They don't want
window.
to give them an opportunity to touch.
And J-Man in
Maverick
the
has
corner.
the bomb. Mardox has the window as well. And
J-Man
J-Man,
is solo.
goodbye, son.
Oh my god, that's so good. That's
Gonna
such
fall
a good
early
pick
here to
here.
Maverick, and
Mardox
Artemis, they're
also
still
committing the
hunting
window.
here. Ewan needs to be careful.
Wait, Ewan.
And the Brig's gonna fall.
Oh my
Hutch
god.
does get the nano on the gap, looking for Amadou, and is able to find the Cassidy as Biz is on the card as well. But only 2 players left for Amplify here.
but the
Square
steal is good. The steal is good, though.
is here to deny this Tracer, and Biz has so much to do here. Has to continue to touch the cart and gap.
But can't.
Has to have
Probably
the next
gap,
touch as
probably
well.
calm
Has
that gap
bomb,
in.
gonna dump it into this fight. This baby
Oh, Floopy's
diva
in there.
does fall to square.
Wait.
Amadou on the Widow as well. The rest of
Marduk's
Amplify
looking
looks
a
like
bit
they've
low,
managed to
though.
respawn here. Marduk's falls. Hutch gets traded though as Maverick drops
Floopy
the
low
bomb
as
into this
well.
and remix onto
Oh my
Ewan.
god.
2 for the diva. Looking for the last onto the Cassidy here, and Artemis, they're gonna hold on second
Come
point.
on. I mean, that couldn't have gone much better for Artemis as a team, to be honest with you. They got the spawn caps that they wanted to, right? They were able also, I think, unironically, this has been one of the best examples of a team wanting to go for, like, these pressure, like, decisions, like, trying to, like, you know, press spawn or whatever, and getting a lot of value out of it. They do it so well.
No, yeah. I mean, it's just clinical on that spawn hold, bro. You get like a minute off the clock, and it's not like the Havana spawn hold. I don't think it gives them an extra fight or anything, but I think it's something that, like, it's not something that's, like, practiced against. So teams don't really know how to, like, go about retaking that, especially when the spawn doors are, like, right here, right? Like, literally where I'm staring
Yeah.
at. Like, it's so hard to kind of get out and find space and find angles to force the diva out. So I think Artemis did a really, really good job of using that map. Or
Yeah, they were
that
just
round.
really good at getting. They were just really good at getting these splits too. Like that's another part, right? Like it's like you'll see Maverick just like sit here in the backline, right? You know, set up, stall for a bit, wait, then go back down with the micro missiles, right? And you also see like Amadou go for shots or whatever. But it was like no one was like truthfully like actually overextending, which is very, very impressive to see in those situations where you want to be greedy, right? And that's spawn camp for like when they lost it, right? We're just talking about being a good situation as to a minute 30. The amount of cart progress that was taken by Amplify later on still allowed them to do that push again and kill Jamin on. You know what I mean?
No,
That
yeah.
model really paid dividends for them. So congratulations to them. on
Yeah,
that.
but if you're Artemis, you can't count your ducks before they hatch here. They still have a lot of work left to do.
And especially playing against a team like Amplify, that's a team that can make it happen, right? Obviously now we're going to see a large switch in comps, right? Just the straight Juno brig, you know, but either sides want to give an answer to this diva here. That brig coming up from the side of Artemis as well. And other than that, worse than a full mirror.
Yeah. Basically, yeah, it basically is a full mirror.
It is just a full mirror. It is a full
Juno
mirror, yeah.
brig versus Bat brig. We'll have to see.
Now, people
likes
that were
what
business.
more in
Business has
Artemis?
been very shifty. Wait, this pressure on
They're
Gap
trying
is
to make
crazy,
this
though.
rotate. They don't have speed boost to make it, but looks like they're all going to get in
They
here
have good heals.
pretty safely.
They have
and it's
really
gonna
good
allow
heals. They have really good heals.
Mardox to get set up here is Square. Gonna go
Touch as
down
well.
early.
Square
so
bread dead. I mean,
Or
I was talking about it, right? Keep it down.
they're going to have an
I was
end
talking
to
about
try and
keep an eye on
capitalize
that
here,
base
but Gap
angle.
maybe a little too aggressive. Falls here. Amadou is traded, though.
That's a good trade, though. I think you'll take that any day of the week. And now if
Artemis,
we
they're
can
trying to do anything to keep Mardox alive right now. Gap is gone, but
But we'll
Mardox
go.
is going to fall to Hutch here. And this Juno should be able to stay alive as Maverick inevitably goes down as well. Square has to use the recall here in this fight. Is going to be one out by Amplify, so Artemis, they're going to get stopped on their first attempt. Maverick going to have to reset here, and
Yeah,
a minute
look
already
at
burned.
J-Man's ult charge. Oh my god. I mean, I'll be honest, that fight was looking really, really good for Artemis, but losing your support and I think losing your square bread really early into that fight really, really hurts. So let's see how they can do. Are they gonna go for the same situation? I'm gonna think they have to, right? Especially without a speed. Like they're gonna have a window, they're gonna have mirrored new well, but I'm curious.
Yeah, and we'll have to see how Square
They're
changes
pressing
his
this
game
gap
plan up
angle.
here.
They're gonna force
Really trying to crunch on Gap here, and Amadou gonna use the high noon here, looking for a
Pulse
kill,
wide
but
here.
doesn't look like he's gonna be able to find anything. And J-Man will have his in turn now. And Artemis trying to kite this out. Windows
In
out
the
for
window.
Mardox, but Amadou going to
But
fall.
oh my
Biz
god,
gets
when Biz
traded,
dies.
and Maverick trying to keep his backline alive here, trying to let Mardox farm through the
Wait,
window.
but the teammate on Gap
and
again!
Gap's gonna fall. And
That's so
Floofy
good. I think we'll collect with
dropping
Rally
the
here and
rally
they go
into this now.
J-Man
They
down.
need to find you, and he's about to have rally himself, but not going to use it here. Going to fall, and I think Artemis, they're going to cap this first point. Maybe a touch can come in from Amplify Biz.
I mean, here's the thing. I was talking about it, right? Biz is very, very shifty. When I saw Biz set up earlier, I was like, keep an eye on that, right? Especially with the rotates. Biz is also scary at these Tracer 1v1s. You know, there's not a lot of situations where Biz is going to be worried. So I think the adaptation for Square to be there with the team, right? Really force Biz to have to play into their space. That's what mattered a lot in that fight, in my opinion.
No, I agree because, like, realistically, who are you killing on an off angle or forcing out, like, alone while Maverick is, like, helping your team rotate?
Exactly, and it's like that brig, right? So like you see this team, like, okay, we want to take the space. Why not? What's a better way than actually actively forcing through this D.Va with our brig? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they had a lot of balls.
Going in early with the Ray of his own as J-Man finds Square. Maverick on the high ground here. Probably just gonna get out, wait for the Tracer. The respawns are close, but Amplify, they can spawn hold this if they want.
Which I think that they're gonna try to at least like hold a lot of the space in. I don't know if they're going to fully for spawn hold. I don't know where Biz is set up right now, but. Also, look at the rotate coming out from Artemis. Going full left here, really trying to annoy Gap here.
Yeah, Gap.
Like, yeah, no, Gap's a bit ISO'd. Like, not too much, but like...
stay alive here. I mean, the spawn hold from Amplify is pretty good. Artemis, they've made it to the point, though, and J-Man is on this high ground. Ewan's going to pop the rally into this. Pulse goes wide for Square.
Good rally. Good rally. Really have some stabilize here. And if they can get a pick, it'll be an even better situation for them.
No, it looks like this rally's
they have a lot of time.
They haven't killed anything yet. Mardox does fall to
yeah,
J-Man.
Mardox dies, though.
The bleed shot.
That matters a lot.
For this cast.
But Amadou gets it on Biz.
I think the trades are better, though, but Amadou's starting to fly on the cast here. He's feeling it. He pops the high noon here. Looking for Gap. D.Va will be able to eat the shot, but Amadou, the damage is already done by this Cassidy player. Looking for Hutch.
Hutch is looking a bit low there.
Juno is going to fall. Gap dies as well.
Now it's in... No. And Mardox has... They have both support ultimates,
They have a lot of ults for this next fight.
They have a lot of tools for this next fight here. If they don't really... Wait a minute. No. If Ewan dies here...
Oh, Ewan's gone!
Oh my god.
J-Man forced him to spawn as well. It's going to be on Biz to get this touch.
It's going to be a Biz touch here.
Too. I'm not going to lie.
Must get a kill.
This
Must get a kill here.
So low.
And J-Man is dead!
Maverick and J-Man, they're hunting this
Look
Biz.
at how far up they are.
Look at how far as they can. Gap going to get D-Max here. Has the bomb and Biz. He's done so much work here to keep this card alive, but eventually falls. And Artemis, they're going to roll on through.
With 2 minutes!
They're going to go up 2-0 in the series here. And Jesus, Maverick is on a heater this series, dude. He's 28-2.
My God. All right, I think I have to take some VODs of this series for personal reasons. I got to learn the game more. So I'm going to take some of this.
Maverick.
I mean, just a phenomenal performance coming up from our here. I mean, even like Amplify, look at these plays, right? Like, still, you cannot count them out of the series. And I think if there's any team that can really clutch up, even like down 0-2, it's going to be them. It's going to be them.
No, and
both.
I don't know who shit in fucking Maverick's cereal this morning by Amplify, but he is on a straight vengeance arc this series. I don't know what happened, but like Maverick is not happy. I mean, that's back-to-back maps. He's just dropped a turbo nuke, bro. What was he? 37-4 last map, and he's 28-2 that map. This D.Va player is on a heater. Like, it's ridiculous.
No, generational. It's generational. I mean, I might have like already something set in stone that I want to say at the end of the match, and I think you might as well too so far. But there's a lot of series left to play, and I'm really curious to see where we go next year, right? I think we might. Do you think they want to play for a cat Bastion here? We select maybe like a protect ban like the cat this next map?
Well, they're gonna choose Runasapi here, and they do not protect ban
the
cat
we've seen
or
that
the
be
Bastion.
effective.
Bastion was banned out by Artemis last map, but Amplify.
Are they banning D.Va?
They're gonna get rid of Ramatra. Did I send you the link, by the way?
Yeah. Sorry, I'm not locked. I thought I had it open. I didn't.
Yeah, they're gonna get rid of Ramatra here. So Maverick not gonna be able to play Ramatra this map, but he's been frying so far on the D.Va. So I don't know if he's gonna.
I wonder what's the answer ban. Like I don't know. I feel like if they're gonna like retort with a ban, it might just be Jetpack Cat.
I think,
but also
they're baiting I think that, I'm not gonna lie. Like,
no, yeah, I think they want to. They're just go with, like Malga Juno Brig or something. I think that's what they're trying to go for.
Yeah, I'm curious to see like what this adjustment is. Artemis, they're gonna get rid of Jetpack Cat. So if
as we talk, we know ball. We know ball.
If Amplify were trying to bait it, I mean, successfully baited, but I don't know. I think Amplify's ban is kind of strange. I don't know necessarily what Artemis were planning on walking out here, but Maverick has been so good on D.Va so far that like you almost kind of feel like you'd want to get rid of D.Va this map, but you kind of want him to play Ramatra maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really trying to think about this. I think they're trying to save the D.Va ban for later on in the series. I think that's clearly what it is, right? And I think you get yourself the Jetpack Cat ban out and like this can like start to brew a perfect storm for Amplify, but they really have to get it done here. Because I think Like, sure, Ramatra has maybe like will not hate playing into Mauga, but I don't think Diva does either. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, it's 1000%. They're baiting. They know the Jetpack Cat. They're okay with playing it on this map here. We played Mauga Xenoblade probably thousands of times on Runesapi. Like we know what we're doing on this map. So
Yeah,
I'm curious to see.
we really need Amplify to lock it in here and give us some action. Artemis, just saying, they still have Havana in the back pocket if they lose this map. And Duck will be able to play Hanzo if he wants to. So Amplify, they really have their
And
work
then,
cut out
and
for them
even when you
here.
consider about it, like let's say that we go to right, and maybe that baits a Diva ban. I think Maverick is so okay playing the Sig or something else there. Like I don't think Maverick cares at all for them. But all right, you know what? I'm thinking of things, and I'm completely wrong. It's not no Mauga Juno Rig. It's Zara Reaper.
I was not expecting Zara Reaper. I'm not going to lie. And also, Cinco de Mayo, as Fluffy mentioned in the chat. Happy Cinco de Mayo, everyone. Did not eat a
Happy
single ounce
Cinco
of
de
Mexican
Mayo.
food today. Actually, ate an entire Caesar salad. So, chills, but
Ensalada de Cesar. There you go. Welcome. Now we're doing Spanish.
yeah. Amplify, they got to find a way to win this series. It's going to be the Zarya,
I mean,
the Zarya
Maverick
Reaper
on
answer.
the hazard. You know,
I don't think
as
it's a
much
bad
as I
matchup
hate
for the Hazard.
playing into a Zara, and like you say, as much as I hate, this is a good pick from Maverick here. I think it's going to be a bit. You can play in this brawl situation more. If the Zarya plays the bubbles wrong, like you bait out the bubbles right, you can have a wall exactly like that.
Yeah, but
and
Amadu's
get a
going to
first
fall
hit.
early here. Cass, maybe a little overzealous as Hutch finds the
Hutch.
kill into Mardox as well.
Well, the
and
J-Man's
Amplify
low, but the bubble's good.
looking primed to win this first team fight out. Maverick falls, Flippy goes down, and maybe signs of life here from Amplify. as they're
Now,
finally-
okay, here's the thing. Now the Zarya, the Ramatra band makes a lot more sense.
No, yeah, for sure. Honestly, I don't even know if Ramatra. I think Ramatra struggles against Zara Reaper at times too. So
I mean, he does, but like we look at all the other brawl options, like you're not gonna play Orisa, right? Hazard is just it. I really hate playing this matchup because I just hate playing with the Zarya, but like you do have openings. I think it's hard for you to play the game this by that, but like there is ways to play around it. And maybe if you're playing Diva and having to play this ground situation, it's not that good. That's
Yeah.
where like the part of Diva's like matchup struggling to.
Biz
Zarya
gonna get
really
some
starts to
cooldowns
show.
first early here, but Gap gonna start
Square
walking
on
here.
lane.
Takes
Oh my
out
God,
Amadou.
Amadou.
And Maverick finds the trade onto Biz here as Gap gonna start getting forced back now. Maverick trying to take a pretty aggressive
good wall.
turn here as Ewan falls,
Ewan
Gap
does.
falls as well, and Artemis.
Squarebread.
They somehow want to fight here. I mean, I didn't think they were set to win this one once Amadou fell first, but they're gonna find the trades in the middle of this. They're gonna be able to accrue a little bit of cart space of their own here.
I mean, when you look at Artemis, I mean, we look at like Maverick. I'm gonna talk about it because hey, it's the character that I love. You know what I mean? You just see a lot of display coming up from Maverick that like went to slash and all that stuff because you do not want to build free charge, right? And you also don't want to sit in front too much. You want to know how to like manage like your block level, and then know when like it's their turn when it's your turn, so that you can use your like walls, especially when they have down a bubble, to really get some space down, or go for like a back line pick if they go overzealous on that. Hutch will be building to Kitsune here, a good advantage over Mardox. All
Yeah,
things
it's a
considered.
really early
When Fleet
hassle
will have it over.
as well. Hutch is going to use the carry rush here, and Flimpy does
Flimpy
fall
dead.
to Biz early. It's Maverick, just has to hold block, but Box Slop is not going to keep him alive here as Amplify. Just clean this one up with the carry rush here. And nothing used from Artemis, so probably content just losing that fight outright. Mardox did not have
Yeah,
the
they're,
kit to-
they're gonna have it. I mean, yeah, Hutch was just really building it well. Biz will have. Oh my God, Amplify has a disgusting set of tunes tools to win this next fight, though. I'll be honest with you. We're gonna see the Kitsune build up very quickly. We might need to see the Amadu's OC as well. I don't think Mavericks has it.
Yeah, but J-Man looking for an early killer. The grab's
Look at the
out
grab.
from Gap, and Floofy doesn't have the beat yet, so Maverick's
Maverick
gonna
is
fall. And Artemis, Mardox also does the Curie Rush into this as well. So pretty disaster for Artemis here. Pretty big key ultimate used up. And Amplify looking very good on this
It's
map.
looking a lot more worrying. Yes.
Little right click.
Yeah.
Under the
I mean, we're starting to see
there.
it. Oh my God. You know what? Okay. Hear me out. It might be stupid, but part of me wants to see if this hazard pick doesn't work. I want to see Maverick go to Malga.
I mean, Malga probably be a good pick here. Amadou though,
With the
getting
wall,
overclock
though.
here, and Hutch going to fall early. Maverick, he's farming right
Maverick
now.
gets a two-piece.
I'm not
Good
even gonna
down
watch
for.
the
Good
overclock
down
for this
for.
guy. He's the whole show right now. And Artemis, they're gonna win a team fight here. Only the overclock used, Hazel used as well actually, and Amplify used absolutely zero. So I think they're gonna be okay. This fight will
And they
not
have a
lead to
three ultimate
meterage
fight
either
here.
as well, by the way.
But keep an eye on Squarebread's far pick, though. I think that can be very effective the longer this fight goes on. Because obviously, J-Man, you will have a hit scan, yes, but It's gonna have to be a lot of your rail
Yeah,
shots.
Maverick's
Like,
gonna
build the
take
rails.
so much early damage
Oh
here.
my god.
Needs
And
care,
just
but his
needs to live
backline is
here.
in hell, and J-Man
Goofy.
just gonna clean this up with the overclock, it looks like. Amadou, 1 HP, but gonna change targets and go to look at Maverick here, and Pink here
my.
is going to get sniped down by the Sojourn player and Amplify. They're gonna win another team fight outright here.
I'll be
J-Man
honest,
overclock.
this is looking really, really, really good for Amplify right now. All they have is a B if you're looking at Artemis, and they have 4 ultimates in this next fight. Like, they're gonna. I think we're gonna get it to easy 100. It's looking a bit more dollar for Artemis, but there's still time in the map, right? There's still ways they can change it around.
But yeah, and they're gonna have to find some way to get an early kill if they're probably gonna want to win this fight out.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
Amplify,
thinking.
they're fine playing slow here, building up
But
this
look at where
carry rush.
J-Man is. Maybe that's
They're gonna
potential
beat
for
in.
Pride to
Actually,
walk
we'll
this
be able
Maverick.
to
Just gonna
layer
walk
the
Maverick
beat in
down.
themselves. And Hutch gonna use the carry rush
It's
here
gonna-
as
wait,
Biz drops
Blossom
the Reaper
doesn't get
Blossom.
much.
Doesn't find any kills, but the damage is done
But
to
Maverick
Maverick,
does
and he's
die.
going to fall here. And Biz, they're looking for all this cleanup. Artemis actually steal the cart in the middle of this. They're all going to fall anyway, though. Denying maybe a little bit of meterage is Flimpy gonna be able to
You
get out here.
know, for
Hopefully,
the amounts
maybe.
of ults used, and you only use beat, that's not bad at all. That's really not that bad. You're gonna have a Kitsune here. You're gonna have a Barrage. You're gonna have a Downforce soon. Amadou onto the Bastion. What do you think of that?
We're in uncharted territory here. I'm not going to lie to you. Not a clue in the
I
world.
low-key like it. I
do
low-key like
know-
it.
All I know is that Gap has an unbeatable grab right now, and if he finds a fat one, Artemis, they're going to be in a lot of trouble. Squarebread does
Keep
have
it
the
on Maverick's
barrage here.
wall, which is already used, so cannot be used anymore.
And
But
Amadou
what a-
gonna
what a
fall
move
early
Amadou
here.
did.
The Squarebread, who
But-
uses the barrage, finds Gap, but gonna get traded out as Biz finds a second
Oh,
onto
this is
Fluke here.
dire.
Warnock's trying to find trades, and
Biz cleans
Maverick
it up.
still alive here. It looks like Ewan and Biz just have to get out here. Gap held the grab, by the way. So Barrage
Good-
Curie Rush used for Artemis, and they really don't even win the fight convincingly. I mean,
They barely do. And I mean, look at how much space they can walk into. Like Gap's already there. I don't even know if they can get themselves to like the middle point again. I don't think they will, honestly. Maverick has to do a lot with this down 4 here, so I have to see how creative you're going to be with that. How many reaches do you have to force to really get value on that? Keep an eye on Biz on this right side as well, getting to another Blossom so quickly. There's a lot of ultimate building to Amplify.
and I think Gap is going to just grab something here. J-Man falls early,
J-Man is
though.
dead, though.
And Amadou's flipping the map
And-
with this Bastion turret. And if
I'll be honest, I like the Bastion.
If
I
Artemis
like the
can
Bastion.
move the
If-
cart just a little bit here, they're going to be able to kind of win this fight for free. Gap does fall along with Biz. Amadou finds two.
Okay, here's my take. Okay, I think for Amadou, it's a lot of onus on Amadou to get like screwed over by like Biz or like J-Man with these like Biz with these bubble turns, and J-Man were just like the shots. You know what I mean? But I feel like Hazard has like an issue like where Zarya once like Zarya gets a bit of momentum and like we have like a Zar Reaper. Zarya can really not respect Hazard and just keep walking, you know what I mean? Like, it's just very tanky characters that do a lot of damage to him. Once you have this turret form Bastion, it would have to make the Zarya really, like, respect the
No,
position
but
that
Mav's
they're
going
in
to
a
go
lot
earlier
more.
with the Hazard ult.
Down four is a bit-
J-Man's
why
gonna
would J-Man
do
down
his
with those
overclock
CDs?
Jaxes, and that's a way to get back into the series here. Maverick does get
Oh, but the
grabbed,
grab
though.
is
Fluke
great.
in it as
That's
well.
such a good grab.
The beats out
But
from
Biz,
you and
that-
onto the point.
wait,
I
the
don't
beats-
know. I don't
wait
know.
a
Maverick
minute.
finds two. And
Man!
Artemis, I don't know. Amplify. That might have been the blunder of the century. I don't have words. I mean, Amadou dropping the Bastion ult into this for good measure, I guess. But Artemis, they're now one fight away from potentially overtaking this. Hutch gonna use the carry rush here, trying to get Gap onto the point. But Biz will fall
But
early,
Maverick!
and Mardox is gonna use the carry rush
And beat
himself.
as well.
Amadou goes down, but Artemis, they're still +1 in this
That's
team fight.
double
Maverick
ult.
trying to stay alive, and Gap pretty committed to this. Probably going to fall eventually.
Slowly. Oh my
Square
god.
gets traded here, but Mardox is tapping
Mardox
on the
does not
carry
miss.
right now.
Mardox does not miss.
And with the way Maverick's been playing, I mean, Artemis, they're gonna win a fight outright.
Wait a minute, wait a minute.
Amplify have nothing
There's
in the
no
bank.
ults either.
They have nothing, and Maverick already has another Hazard ult. Square has another
Amadou on the
barrage.
Tracer.
They need to
Okay,
wait for
no,
these
unironically,
respawns.
okay, if Square can live here, Square's looking really low. Okay, there we go. If they can force out CDs, but look at how close Biz is.
Biz
A wall
have
there
his
would be so
rage
good. A
force
wall
early
would be
here,
good.
and nothing to
If
keep
they can
Gap
force out
alive
resources,
through this
if they can
barrage.
force out resources, the Suzu is so good.
Ults out from Maverick though. Both ults go
Doesn't
live,
get
but Biz
anything.
falls
Biz
anyway.
dead. But look at Cart. They can't
Cart
let
is
Cart go
getting
further.
stolen here as J-Man finds a pretty crucial trade. J-Man, he's gonna have to be the hero for Amplifier.
Ewan!
You can see he's looking for
Ewan
more.
dead!
Ewan goes down.
wall
Artemis,
is
they're
good.
+1 in this fight. The respawns are really, really close here for Amplify though. And I don't know if Artemis are gonna have enough gas in the tank
is
here,
gonna
but
get it.
J-Man
But J-Man is dead.
Maverick once again finds an opener on the hazard.
Oh my god, it's generational. I love this character so much.
Gap does kill Amadou.
But Amadou dead?
I think the trades are just too much
There's
for
grab.
Artemis. The
There's
respawns
grab.
are just too long. Maverick, he's doing so much, and Gap goes so
No, but Maverick
low,
is good
but
at
gonna be able to
speed,
stay
though.
alive here in Artemis.
No, they can back. If they can back,
I think they need to be patient here. Hutch gonna use the Q rush, and this should ice this for Amplify as Maverick finally falls. But Artemis, they've closed the gap. It's only 9 meters from the lead here, and they forced the Q rush out that fight. Mardox is a stagger.
Now I'm really curious
as
here.
well.
For this next fight here, does Amadou stay on the Tracer?
No. Swap.
I think go back to the Bastion. I genuinely think the Bastion is the play for them.
Lose his
What I was trying to
here.
say, what I was trying to say before, no, it's gonna be on the Tracer stuff, is that the Bastion helps Artemis have better point presence. That's what I was trying to say overall.
I don't know if they got the close respawn they were trying to get.
Kitsune with Biz on this corner
Gonna
here.
go really low here.
Is
J-Man
dead!
though has the overclock. A square falls. Gap's already dead though. J-Man
Gap is
needs to
dead.
find
Gap is
another
dead.
kill here.
Yes.
There's no tank alive for Amplify.
And there's a good wall.
J-Man gonna go down. Maverick is playing like a psycho, but Biz is gonna find 2 at the ult. Mardox falls, and I think Amplify. It was scary for a second, but they're gonna win this one out off the 3K from Biz at the end. Oh my god, this is a series on our hands, bro. This is genuinely crazy. I don't know. I don't even know what
Maverick
to
had
say.
a phenomenal map. Maverick had a phenomenal map. I'm gonna say it again, but I think Biz is such a clutch player, and you saw it there. Like Biz just did so much on the Reaper throughout this series. I mean, throughout this map especially, and that'll help get them the win for Amplify here. Much like obviously a really needed win, but especially being able to clutch it out with how close it got. You're looking pretty good there, and I think we're going to the Havana map.
Yes, Havana is available in the pool, and this is Artemis's like perma map pick every single time they lose first map. Every time I've watched them play, so I'll be very surprised if we don't go to Havana here. But big notes is that even though Artemis lost that map, Maverick is frying right now. This guy is unstoppable on the Hazard and the Diva. I don't know, like this is uncharted territory in Artemis. They're gonna choose Havana, and they're banning Diva. I mean, I don't know.
I don't hate that.
I don't know what they know, but I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to be honest. I got skepticism here. Maverick is doing so much on Diva as of late.
I think they're okay, though. Like, I mean, the way we've seen them play the comp before, they don't really play Diva. Like, they can play them, but they also play without it. Like, they play like ground tanks, whether it be Domina or like Sig. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it's a make or break, but I agree with you. Maverick is in such a flow state on these like mechanical characters right now that I don't want to take it away. Is it a protective sword? It's like I'm trying to think. Like, are they trying to force Gap to play into this like this Zarya style, this Mauga style? Like, is that what the goal is here? Because I think Gap can also just play the Sig.
Your guess is honestly as good as mine right now. I don't know what they're trying to.
I'm gonna be honest. I love this series so far. I'm really loving this series. We're seeing like it's a fight from both teams right now. It's a really good fight from both teams. The only map that was quote unquote convincing was that second map, and even still, we saw a lot of plays that have to be done from both teams to get that over the line. I don't know. If you're up right now, I don't know what else you could be watching.
Is Jetpack at Bastion is going to be enabled for the rest of this series, and Amplify they're gonna ban Widowmaker. And I, once again, am going to question a ban. I just don't know if Artemis were even going to play that hero. I think you just ban Hanzo and call it a day.
I mean, surely they must know, right? Surely they're knowers, right?
They should be. They should have scouted this one pretty heavily, in my opinion. I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like they should know. That doesn't mean they're gonna know. And Maverick's gonna get subbed out this map. I mean, I don't hate it. Like, I'm sure Azure, hero pool wise, probably makes a lot more sense here, especially with Diva banned. You probably don't want to play the Ramatra, and you're probably getting towards the Sig territory, like you mentioned, and that's why they added Azure to this roster.
I'm curious though. I feel like it's always a bit of a gamble putting in a tank for this. Like you're saying, this is not me questioning Azure's skill. I know Azure is a phenomenal player, which is why at the end of the day I respect the pick. You know what I mean? But it's like it's always like, you know, you had a player playing so hard, you know, and having to swap, especially at like what the map 4 mark, is a tad off. But let's see, I think Azure's probably warmed up, you know. So,
oh, yeah, no,
like you know what I'm talking about.
Gotta swap everything around real quick because I locked the bands in, and I'm a bot.
Luffy on the Iliad, Mardox on the Kiriko. Well, we're gonna see On a Wu Yang, I'm loving the support diversity. I'm really loving it. Both teams starting to chat to each other a little bit.
Here. Floonfy is on the Alari. This is Floonfy's specialty. I think much more comfortable on characters like Alari's, like, you know, flex, like supplemental flex supports than like main support. To be 100% honest, so I think I'm gonna really enjoy playing the Alari here. Biz
I mean, hey, we talked about it. Listen, look. We talked about it. I mean, Biz Vendetta, that's my biggest inquiry right now of this whole map, right? But we talked about it. There's a reason why they picked this up on time. And let's see what they can do with it throughout the series. Asia on the... Okay, I was about to say. Asia is going to stick the Sig here. We're going to get that matchup as well. Gap starting from the right side already, putting a decent amount of eyes over there. But he's just having to sit on the corner, too. Now, let's see. Can ADQ get activated?
On the Hanzo. You need to be careful. You're on the Wuyang.
It's so scary, like, just seeing... Oh, a bit low, but will be okay. But I was talking about it. I think it's always a bit, like... It's always just like a bit interesting, like momentum and energy-wise, when you have to bring in like a tank player, any player, on map 4 that haven't played throughout the series before. You know,
he's gonna fall earlier. Gap finds an early kill on the Sigma, so Artemis, they have to play slow now. Make sure they don't give up any more trades here, and Biz is going to get active early here, going to stay alive there, prioritize his life. The backline of Artemis,
you know, helps raw card a bit, and then probably just tries to wait to find isolation. You know what I mean? That's probably the 2 goals for Biz right now, especially when you have to play for these corners, but.
Yeah,
Azure
gonna need to be careful here. Gonna fall early to Biz, and Artemis once again kind of in full retreat mode. Duck probably going to fall to Gap as well, but gets the trade onto Biz. So don't want to say anything too early here. Don't count this Hanzo player out ever.
And they're still pushing cards,
but Gap is going to fall in the cart. Azure should be a pretty close respawn though, and he's gonna go over to the Winston.
I mean, look at how much space that does for them already here. I can see the vision. You have to play it very, very well. You have to play, especially without your flip right. You cannot take too much spam on Winston.
This Hanzo, man, you need to be careful. Duck, he's 6 health, gonna get Suzu'd. You're gonna be able to stay alive here, but the Nano is out on the Gap. Gonna start walking the back line
down
here.
Which will be very scary.
Duck,
oh my God.
so low is Biz able to find the kill here. And Gap is actually really committed to this. I mean, Azure very low in his own right.
But is anyone gonna be able to punch him? No. Ooh. Wait a minute.
Now Nano's
over to the Soj.
Azure has to go to the far side, and yeah,
Duck over on the Soj
now.
What's your thoughts?
I don't know. I don't think it's like super significant. Oh my God! But Duck, it doesn't matter. He's gonna kill J-Man anyway.
Gap is activated.
And Artemis, they haven't ended this fight.
Activated. Gap has
really low. No nade does fall, and Marduk's putting the Q rush into this one for good measure
Azure.
here. And Artemis,
oh my God, though.
They're cleaning this one up, and Gap might be staggered a little bit here. They're probably gonna just try to deny him the wave.
Just kill him.
Does fall, but yeah, he does get the wave spawns. This might actually give them the first point. I don't know if they're Amplify are gonna be able to recontest this without the Sig respawning super early.
Yeah, but there is like no stun, like I don't know, like there's nothing that can instantly kill the Vendetta either though. So that character could be a bit shifty here and get enough of a delay for Gap to come back with the flux.
Yeah, it looks like they're just gonna let this one.
But no, it's not gonna happen. Yeah, it's not gonna happen. Oh,
be careful.
Ankles.
Gonna get forced out as well, and you can see Azure. They're humping onto this one. Gap gonna use the flux, and Azure will fall.
I think it's an early pick you're happy with though. I think you don't have any ankles. But then you're gonna be pretty happy.
No,
with.
Yeah, you don't trade ults either, right? Like you didn't use an ult for
yeah,
it.
like I don't think. Wait a minute.
This guy's.
And this is a map flip.
Some phenomenal Overwatch right now. I mean.
And then Gap. Oh, but Gap is so scary. Oh my God.
Gap on the hunt. Biz gets traded. Square is fallen as well. So Artemis, I think they're gonna have to wait for respawns, but Azure has the primal, so he can make something happen here if he wants, and they should be able to cash in on a little bit of cart space as well.
Azure taking that right side. Oh my God, that rock. No, but I will say, credit where credit's due. Gap has been having a very, very good map right now. Has been really, really good at doing the job of separating the backline from his tank. You know what I mean? Putting pressure on all these other angles that Artemis really.
Yeah, look at Artemis. They're all so low.
Oh my God.
And Azure finds a trade, but 3 kills found for Amplify, and Biz gonna use the blade. Find the finish on the monkey as well, and Artemis. What once was like a 4-minute time bank has quickly become more of a 2-minute 30-second time bank here. But Amplify, they've had to go into the.
And we're playing dive now
to win these fights. Yep, they are. They're swapping it over to the dive. I actually think the look is good. And Hutch gonna use the early carry rush here. Gap is set up as well.
Suzu is good by Marduk there, but looking a bit low.
And J-Man
will be able to.
Low,
oh
but
my
Square is just going
God.
to get blindsided by the Kiriko. Goodbye, son. Biz very, very low. Going to be able to stay alive, though. And Artemis looks like they're just going to kind of lose another team fight here. Nothing
I
used
feel like it's
once
just,
again,
it's like,
though.
Amplify is just really good at splitting the team, like, because, like, you're going to see it, right? Azure can get to the space that he needs to get to, you know what I mean? But it's about, like, you know, having your whole team also rotate through and get to space. Like, obviously, when playing it to Sig, Monkey's pretty good to Sig, and, like, Bubble's a good thing. But you need to really be able to... Suzu is good, though. Gap will be okay.
And
Like, look, like, this is a good split. This is a good split. This is a good
Biz
split.
needs to stay alive. The Vendetta gonna miss the Mega here. He falls. Duck throwing the overclock into this one for good measure as Hutch goes down, and Artemis maybe finally once again they have an opening here. It's Gap going into the last one of Amplify to fall.
Oh. No, but as I was trying to talk about, right? It felt like Amplify was really good at getting the split where Azure was able to get the split that they needed to, but the rest of Artemis really couldn't. Now it's an entirely different ball game, right? They have the attack right now. They have the split that they need. I'm really curious to see how Amplify is able to get their attack in.
Yeah. And Azure has the chain lightning perks. They're gonna be able to build primals pretty fast, and J-Man gonna get burst pits here. And these are not the fights you can afford to have if you're Amplify. They should be able to get their Sojourn for a recontest here, but you can't get pre-fighted. You're giving up way too much card space here.
Now they do have a really good amount of, and it is, I think, in last fight territory right now. Especially, yeah, the longest going to go again in, like, what, 30 seconds? It's going to be in last fight here. Suzu is good. OC is good as well. Azure is
going to find Azure early as Duck. Going to eat a large brunt of this, but Ewan has to clear the beat into this because Biz gets traded. And they're going to find the kills off of it, but pretty expensive fight for Amplify here. Square going to get out
Square gets staggered.
It should be able to make it.
Oh my god, that's such a good live. Okay, you know, I talk about being last fight territory, which it will be now. Keep it on Fluffy's B. If Fluffy can build the B, I think that's... I genuinely think that changes everything.
Yeah, but Gap's going to have an early flux here, and Square is going to get marked out early by the Kyrie as well.
Ooh!
Will not be able to touch to see if anyone else has it. And Azure will be able to get it by a few milliseconds, but Gap has the flux available, hits the entire back line. Good Suzu from Mardox, though.
And J-Man is dead!
Team alive as J-Man goes down.
Look at
Fluffy almost has the beat, too. He's going to need to build it soon. Flufinator wins! And the beat's out, but Azure's dead already. You win 1 HP in the room. And I don't know if Artemis have enough in the tank here. Duck onto this Genji, and they need kills, and they need them now. Square on the point. Mardox falls, Fluffy goes down, and Artemis are going to get held here on second.
It just... Artemis splitting Azure was the best possible. That was such a good split. That was such a good split. They backed Azure into the room, and that B couldn't hit. I think that B hits, they win. Well played from Amplify. That split-second decision to do it is all that matters there.
No, yeah. Also, Nog friend, I will update the rankings, son. Don't worry. Apparently, score update. Dodux 3-0 Amplify. Never gave up on the Dodux, I swear, but they lost quite a few games, so I had to rank them lower, bro. Honestly, I was on the Dodux agenda.
Brother, you went 3-0. Oh, you went 3-0 over Fallen.
Yeah, the Fallen.
Not Amplify.
That's a big win,
Amplify's
dude. I'd Fallen like 4th, I think. I mean, they've been playing pretty well. They haven't played that many.
No, I agree. That's an impressive one for Dodux. No. But you said Amplify. I was like, son, Amplify is in this series.
Oh, no, yeah. Dodux 3-0 win over the Fallen, yeah.
Okay,
yeah, I will move the Ducks up. There's a big win here.
Listen, Game 4 must win if you really, because Amplify's building momentum. It's going to be scary if we go to a map 5, right? Yeah, ADQ, Hanzo.
We've seen what this guy can do on the Hanzo.
Can we ice it?
We've seen what he can do.
Wait, is J-Man mirroring? Is J-Man mirroring?
He could just be sonar immediately and then swapping. Just like scout.
Imagine the cinema if they mirror, though. And Fluffy will be on the Wu Yang, by the way. That will be our swap.
Jesus can really connect on the Sigma on defense as well.
Yes, it'll...
It's going to be sticking it out on the Hanzo here, so... Duck versus J-Man.
No, never mind.
Never mind. Boring, going back to the Hanzo POV.
We were hoping for a duel of the centuries, but I think these Wu Yangs also be really good at pressuring this back height.
Yeah, and Duck, he's on the high ground here. Spamming shots down main, looking for anything he can find, but so far Amplify, they've been able to evade this.
Contesting that room against...
on this angle over here. Biz is going to make it through here. And now,
oh, wait a minute, this is good damage.
And goodbye to the Wu
And we'll just get it.
Ankles, bro. Biz gets the trade onto Duck, though, so still playable for Amplify.
Both Tracers doing a lot.
You see Gap, he understands. A lot of damage gone from Artis' team comp without the Hanzo now, and starting to try and capitalize on it. Square, though. Looking for J-Man on the
Not
high ground, has
having-
the recall forced.
I think both damage was taken from a lot of damage was taken from both teams. I think you went down early, it really sucks, but we'll be going back to a neutral situation here. Flippy looking to be happy, will be okay. A good amount of pressure onto Azure, but look at that ult charge difference right now. Azure can really leverage that throughout these next fights here. Speaking of ult charge as well, we're going to see both Kitsunes coming out soon as well.
J-Man is dead. J-Man gone. And Biz fighting the mere tracer here on the off angle is Square. Continues to try and walk here. Azure is turbo gapping an ult charge right now though. I mean, he's on the defensive side, so you kind of expect it, but Flumpy gets traded by Biz.
Flumpy dies.
Maybe big mistake from the Wii
This
player.
flux might be important here,
needs
but
to be
Biz
careful in the room over here. He needs to survive as Biz trying to find the kill. Now Artemis maybe on the back foot here. Gap gonna get carried up and then going to be able to walk.
If this
Both
fight
teams
goes
have
long
the carry
enough,
rush
might be able to
here.
get that flux
And
soon,
Hutch
too.
gonna drop it onto the point here, but J-Man's gonna get pulsed, and Square really starting to come alive this map. This gap falls, it's just Hutch left, and it's gonna be a team fight one out by Artemis here. Took the Kirish and the wow, the Sigil, Gravitic Flux, and only the Kirish used by the side of Amplify for that team fight.
Not too bad for Artemis, but yeah, that flex will be a really interesting factor in this next fight. We'll see mirrored wing. If Luffy can build it though, whatever the flux goes on to, I think there should be an answer to it, right? You know what I mean? So it can't be a single person flux.
Yeah, but I mean, gonna take a lot of early damage here. Azure, once this gravitic flux.
Also, keep an eye on his dragons, by the way. If they're focused on a single lane, if anyone can get value, dragon is gonna be ADQ.
ADQ wants to just like sit here the entire first point and just farm headshots, bro. And I'm so here for it. I love watching this shit.
ADQ
is
so
bro. Can't beat this Hanzo player.
Wait,
it looks like
Wingo gone early.
Get the Wingo. Gets the knockdown onto Ewan.
Gets it, but the Suzu's better.
A ton of cooldowns out. Keep them alive.
Ewan dies. Azure is just dead.
Fluxed. Ewan does go down though. And without the tank
Can-
player Artemis, they're
can
probably
Artemis
give a
flip
lot
it,
of
or are they
space
gonna
here.
back?
As Square looking for a trade, isn't able to
Yeah,
get
they have
it.
to back. They have to back. I don't think
Duck.
it's really
Trying to get out of here, this Hanzo man. He's trying to run, but Gap, he's walking forward here. Has more than enough resources to try and find these follows, but the shots are going wide for the sick player. Now Azure is back.
Weber can get touch, I think.
But someone has to touch, and Square is not here to do it. Biz
No,
does get the wing ult though, as Duck gets a single second of touch here, and Gap very, very low.
Gap is so low. Azure has flux too! And we're
But
gonna
he's
see his
so
build
low,
fight
and he
with Azure.
eventually
No,
falls here, and Amplify, they're going to push this one in here, and they're going to start playing second point. Biz finds Square in the end of this. And even though it was gritty, Amplify, they do manage to get the fight win here.
And Fluffy doesn't get wave.
Artemis do have a lot of ults in the bank there. I mean, they're coming up on Carry Rush. Hutch has this a little sooner here, so we can see them try and stuff with it, but I think it's going to be kind of hard to stuff on the Sigma. You can't really, like, turbo walk off of it. No really, like, movement cooldown to really hit the go button for it. And Gap's going to get pulsed. The damage is already done. Oh, my God. He gets annihilated, bro. Holy cow, poor guy.
You know, it's funny. Sometimes we talk about, like, tanks having a lot of ratio or whatever, and then you see clips like that, and you're like, oh, my God. You kind of understand why that's
Poor
there.
Gap,
That's all I'm
dude.
gonna
Like,
say.
I feel bad. Like, he just blows up here, and Biz going to get hunted down a little by the Hanzo. And honestly, Artemis, I think this is a big fight when it gives them positioning here. Just very important.
Which we've seen. Which we saw. Positioning is everything here, but
Man,
Fluffy
big
does a bit
flux
early.
out from
Wait,
Azure.
Dragon?
It's going to start
Dragon!
cleaning up here. 2 kills from Artemis. Gap going to the Mega.
Gap,
but
and oh
gonna
my God.
Get killed by Azure, and it's going to take 2 ultimates. Hutch did throw the Kirish into this fight, so honestly for Artemis, I actually think this is a good fight for them, right? Like, Flux Dragon for Kirish, I feel like that's actually like a really, really good trade. Like, Dragon is Dragon, and Flux is obviously good, but like it's not Kirish levels of good, I feel like.
No, definitely. Now keep an eye on where Azure is. Azure's trying to like maybe fight a bit.
Rock barely goes wide, and Azure is holding close
If
here.
they can live this flux and this like OC here, that's gonna really, really matter though. This is gonna be a scary fight. If they can live this though, I think they put themselves in a big, big, big amount of fortune to win the rest of the series. I mean, the rest of the
Yeah, Gap is seeing so much early
oh my
damage
God,
here.
the Rock.
Rock is out. But this
Gap.
The Sigma is so
And
low.
OC
Gap
early,
should
but
be
I
able
don't
to
think OC
survive
has
here.
left this.
Square gonna be able to get out here. Azure gonna get Flux's. Duck goes
Will
down,
die.
and Artemis.
Kitsune.
They drop the Kirish into this one as well. And they're all gonna just kind of die on the card here. It's just Square doing all this last one of the stall, and all the stall honestly probably gonna give them another recontest here. And the Tracer is gonna get back
A
pretty
good
fast.
one too.
Honestly, a lot
That's
of
a
really
good-
nice stall there from Square. Marnox just respawned, but the rest of the team has already kind of been respawned. They don't have any ults immediately available here, and J-Man looking for early kill. He goes down to Marnox. Wait, big mistake from the Soch player, a little overzealous, and now
Very big.
Artemis, they have an in here. No ult's available from both teams. They both have a lot of work to do to kind of
Gap
build up
is low.
facilities here. And Artemis, they're going to just take all this space, this gap. Kind of
But
force
Artemis
all
is
the way out
building
here.
their ults so fast. Artemis is building these
Wait,
so.
Azure, you need to be careful, son. Gonna get out, and both teams kind of building to ults, and
Wait a
Azure
minute.
falls.
Oh, no.
Big mistake. Now, Amplify, they have the in here, and Floofy.
I think Artemis needs to get a trade. Artemis, I think they know they have to.
Squares the pulse bomb, but Duck's already gone, and
Dead.
pretty big mistakes here from both
Oh.
teams. I'm not gonna lie, Floofy has the beat.
But Floofy has the beat.
2%, so someone else has to touch here. Duck going over to
No,
the
they
Genji.
go for it.
Square is gonna touch the point for a second here. Floofy has the beat, and it gets out here.
No, everyone
You
gets it,
beats in
though.
return, and Azure's already
Azure's
gone
dead.
to Biz's pulse bomb. Floofy goes down, and Artemis, they don't have enough left in the tank. Biz finds 2, looking for more, and we're going to map 5 here.
Wait, it's what I asked for. It's what I asked for. Gap going 30-5, by the way. Just a absolutely monster map looking at that there. Really good gameplay from Amplify. I think if you're Artemis, though, I think you had such a clear way to close it. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't believe the fights ended the way they did there. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Both sides.
There's some blundering
Sorry, go
going on, I'm not gonna lie. That's how I see it. I don't know if anyone else sees it the same way as me, but I don't know. Kind of interesting here, and the last map's gonna be Flashpoint, so we'll have to see which Artemis decide to go to here. Saravasa versus Atlas. I feel like Saravasa may be a little bit better for them, but they're gonna choose Atlas, and they're gonna ban Zarya.
They're gonna go Atlas Zarya ban. I think it's just Diva time.
Sounds like it for sure. I mean, I'd be kind of surprised if it was something else, but
Which, wait a minute. That means, yeah. What's it called? Amplified had no chance to also ban the Deval. That's a really good ban.
no, yeah. But I'm kind of
That's a
curious
really good
what
ban.
they do decide to get rid of. It could be Tracer. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't feel like maybe it could be like a little bit troll, but like Biz has shown he can play like other stuff. I bet Gab runs it down on the Malga this map as well. So could just get rid of Tracer, play a Vendetta Malga, and just see what happens.
I was gonna say
bro.
Malga Vendetta. I think the vision there. Loki, that's probably the play. I don't think there's anything on the back line you want to ban, or you could do it again. Like, don't know how crazy I'm on that. I think I don't think any team's gonna really be like, how to say, displaced by it. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I got you. I don't know. Their band's locked in though. We'll know what it is in a second here, but Jesus, dude, what a series. Amplify, they're hunting for the reverse sweep right now. Really, really threatening it. They've looked really good on these last 2 maps. Runasabi was very, very close, and that was when, I don't know, I'm trying to find an analogy here, but I really can't find it. Something about like the water jar tipping over finally or something. I don't know, bro. You get the point. The floodgates have kind of opened, and honestly, a really nice map there from Amplify.
The floodgates are open, but that being said, is Artemis the dam to stop them and win this series out with a very impressive first 2 maps and a good fight throughout map 3 and 4? We can't say, but this has been a phenomenal series, right? Only one map, as we talked about, has been like quote unquote convincing so far, and that is the second map. But even still, it's not that convincing. We saw a lot of fight of these 2 teams, and I think we're down to the last flashpoint. And I'll be honest, with the way, the will, the wants of both teams, I think we're gonna go all the way to 0.5 on this flashpoint too.
No, yeah, for sure. I'm curious to see what we see here. I mean, both teams.
Amadou, Square, Red, Marduk. What's the ban?
Playing some really good Overwatch. Mav is back in. Amadou back in as well, and Amplify obviously same roster. And
The ban is
here.
Pharah.
And it's Pharah. So Square not gonna be able to play the Pharah this map. I think probably was just gonna play the Tracer anyway though. So
Yeah.
I don't see if that ends up mattering here or not. I think Pharah is very, very strong on this map though, like all things considered. So not 100%.
It's not a ban, but I also feel like you are not playing like, what's it called? This dark comp. I think the Pharah is probably the most effective into that out of all things that I've seen Amplify play today. I don't know, I'm curious. I think Amplify will just go for like a Malga cap where they really will find their stride throughout the series. And I think Atlas might be a bit too close on a good amount of maps where cat bashing isn't really the move, in my opinion. And Maverick, I think, should just stay the diva. Also could go the Hazard, right?
Yeah, and Maverick is on a heater right now, dude. Like, those of you just joining us, just go to the FaceIt website and check the scoreboards for the first 3 maps that Maverick played. He is genuinely on a heater right now. Like, unstoppable levels. Wasn't in for the last map. I had to watch him from the bench, and we'll see if he's still got the sauce for this last one. But he's been playing out of his mind so far. So
I'll be honest, all the tanks been playing out of their minds.
yeah, Gap had a very
Gap
good
on that
game
last map.
Gap was
very
very
good.
good
Like,
last map.
you could not ask more from Gap from that last map. That's what I'm gonna say. Like, sure, it doesn't look as crazy, like, just getting a flat out one shot, but like the position, the plays, like there was a lot of stuff that I know Artemis wanted to do that just could not happen because of Gap.
Yeah, Gap has just been a monster, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, so is Maverick. These team players, man, gonna go ban for ban. We'll see
Also,
if anyone else
Amadou
can
back
rise
in,
out
by the way.
of
That's
ashes. Yep.
the subs for Iliad is gonna be Amadou, ADQ, a duck on quack, also known as, and we will see Maverick coming back in for Azure, which we also have to consider. Playing hot then getting out from him and coming back in. Do you still have the energy? I'm gonna really hope that there is a sense of yes, but that's something you might have to consider.
No, yeah, and we're going to be in the map here, so our questions comp-wise are going to be answered. I mean, we think it's going to be D.Va for Artemis here, but honestly, I think there's a honest argument for it to be Malga. Like, I'm not going to lie.
I think there's an argument for it to be Hazard, too.
I don't think it's going to be Hazard. I think it's going to be Malga. Or D.Va. Or D.Va, don't get me wrong. I think it could be either. I wouldn't be mad if they chose Malga here. Like, they look good on the
Let me be a Hazard
here.
optimist. Let me be a Hazard optimist, okay?
And then Amplify, I think they're going to play Malga as well. But we're going to take a look here and see what it is. Gap onto the Ramatra, but Maverick's on the Malga. I said it, man. I smelled it a little bit. I feel like, okay, last time I watched Artemis play on map 5, they played D.Va, and it went really bad, I think, on this map. So, adjustment, play the Malga. I think it's very strong on this map, and just let it cook and see what happens. Amadou also on the Sierra here. They're probably expecting the Malga here, but Gap, he's on the Ramatra, so let's see if that changes anything here.
I don't think that changes much of their gameplay, I'll be honest. Also,
BAP?
remember a duck on quack for the first map on the control center? I saw someone in chat said someone's been watching the Amadou vids, right? And the Amadou VODs of the Sierra gameplay. So let's see if the quote-unquote most known player, I think good expert or masters with the Sierra, what that can do for this map, It's a really good signature.
Yeah, you can see Amplify. They have to respect this Malga.
Fully
kiting away. They're just going to keep playing a ring around the Rosie here, but eventually something has to give as Amadou's trying to match this angle from J-Man, and Floopy's going to fall. Little overzealous from the Lucio player and Maverick.
And it's a lot of
going to start walking here. They need a trade really badly, but Amadou's going to fall here. And first fight looking good here for Amplify. It's Maverick just going to pin out and regroup. Square, though, probably going to get killed at the end of this. So a little bit of a stagger found for Amplify, but they're still looking good.
Do they change any of their comp because of this now?
Honestly, I think you could go back to Swan and swap. I'm going to be honest. Like, I think D.Va might be more playable into this than anything. I don't know. Like, we're just going to have to wait and see what happens. But Maverick, he's going to stick it out on the Ramatra.
Stick to it.
Or not the Ramatra,
yeah,
the Malga.
I mean, I'll say very good placement Amplify there. I mean, I think that was one of the best. And the shout as well?
Yeah, so lots of cooldowns using it. I'm just going to find the opener.
But J-Man dead.
Sierra player starting to farm, finds 2, almost has an ult, by the way. And Artemis, they're going to find a way back into this. Off the back of the Sierra from Amadou. Finds 3 on the fight.
God.
Amadou. Keep it going here, son. Artemis, they're going to get a pretty quick flip here. 57% accumulated for Amplify.
Amadou what the rest don't. That's a terrible pun, but I will take that to the grave with me.
No, he has this early ult too, though. I mean, Amplify, they're coming up on stuff as well. Looking for this Tracer, but gonna go a little bit wide here. We'll have to see how he decides to use the Sierra ult here. It's actually something I kind of want to see.
I mean, we're gonna see, right? You're gonna see, like, Amplify's loving to and take a bit more of a
he was gonna take so much damage here. Amplify, I mean, Amadou gonna drop the Sierra ult. Doesn't find anything with it, though.
With the lane, I guess.
But Mardox does have the Cure Rush here. It's so low.
Amadou is so low.
Gonna be able to stay alive. And Annihilation out from Gap. Looking to punish this entire backline. Square gonna use the ult and finds a trade, but Gap's gonna find the finisher in it anyway. And the point's gonna flip
but not too
in Amplify's favor as Maverick just plays to live here and plays to get out. But I think he's realized he doesn't have a way out here and just gonna go back in and reset. Does not catch the wave though.
Was that a teabag?
I don't know.
Hopefully not. Actually, I don't care. Whichever it may be. Give us more drama in Expert. Maverick will finally have the cage though. But with that cage, you're going to be walking into a beat, pulse, and OC.
No, the beat's out from you early, and Amadou's just going to fall immediately. Floofy goes down, and Maverick made his way over to the point, getting carried up by Mardox, but the kills have already kind of been found here for Amplify, but Biz is going to get traded. Big trade from Mardox, and the Kiriko has to try and live here as Maverick has the cage available. Mardox does eventually go down, but the point's flipped, and Maverick, if he wants to win it now, he can. As J-Man gets crushed, cage out, and he gets 2 But I don't think it's gonna matter
Looking
here.
on the
Square's
rest of the
here
team.
looking for follow-up, but Hutch finds the
Oh,
headshot.
but Hutch gets a shot?
And Amplify looking primed to take this one as Floonfy falls. Amadou on the high ground. The last one of Artemis alive does kill Ewan. And looks like just gonna give this point away.
Map what? But it will not be without a fight. I think Amplify is very, very good at taking the difference from their and Artemis's, which is very good rotates at taking advantage of poke versus the, you know what I mean? Maverick really has to do a lot of work getting any single type of stomp going or any single type of pressure going, right? They're really good at rotating.
Dude, Square's getting really forced out early.
They take a lot of
this
damage.
is Biz forced out early. Artemis trying to skirmish over here. And now Floonfy needs to be careful. They're going to drop the beat.
Amadou dead.
Amadou already gone to J-Man's.
They need a trade.
But Hutch going to get traded here.
Maverick
really low, though.
Maverick
Does go down to
we'll
J-Man. But Gap falls.
But Gap!
All of Artemis is so low. Their entire backline is 1 HP.
If Mordox can live, they win. If Mordox can live, they win.
They're actually carried up now, but Floonfy needs to be careful here. And J-Man gonna fall. And Artemis maybe have an in now as Biz goes down. Does trade Mardox out, but
We're doing a lot of work there, by the way.
it's just you and Lefty. He's just gonna kind of get out of here. And I mean, Artemis, they get the early cap here. And I think the early cap is honestly the most important cap you can get. Right? You kind of dictate how fast the next fight gets taken, so you can work this up to like a lot of percentage and potentially even a last fight if you play your cards right and the other team doesn't play super fast. But Hutch does have the carry.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. Yeah, Mardock also does have a Kitsune. Amadou has the Sierra also. I'm not sure if you see. But like, at worst comes to worst, if you're gonna lose the fight, make Amplify and Vessel. It's a very, very good possibility.
Yeah, but here's the Curious from Hutch. Marduk's gonna use this to mirror, but Floonfy once again down early here.
But Mardock kills Biz.
Drops the Sierra into this. Biz is traded to 4v4 Artemis. They have control of the point here, so probably in a solid spot. And Amadou gonna be careful here. Gap does drop the Annihilation into this, and Maverick needs to stay alive. And Amadou's doing a lot of damage to the backline, and Hutch is gonna fall. Beats out from you, and it's a 2v4. Maverick does fall though to Gap's Annihilation, but this Ram doesn't have much health left. And Amadou does finally die. Gap still so low, and Ewan also very low as Square finds the kill. Gap 1 HP. Mardox can maybe kill, but isn't going to find it here as Square does fall to the Tracer. Gap, really big fight from the Ramatra to stay alive there. 36 health is the difference between potentially winning and losing that. And it's going to be the flip in from Amplify, but it's a super expensive fight. And Maverick's going to have the cage.
Definitely. And if they can just if like Artemis could just play their cards right with the cage, I mean, it can look very, very scary here. Biz is so sneaky on the angles, not making.
And he wants to find this ball bomb, but he dies early to Amadou anyway. Now Artemis maybe have an in here, 5% to the cage. Maverick.
And then look at the
gonna pin at this. Ewan.
Ewan is out.
Wait, Gap's off the map. What? Wait, what?
What?
And Hutch is gonna die here. Ewan gets the trade onto Amadou. So not out of the woods yet for Artemis, but Ewan does fall and J-Man under. Gonna take so much damage and eventually goes down. It's just the Tracer of Biz left. And Artemis, they're gonna even us up here on map 5 on Atlas. We're going to point 3.
I think we're going to point 5. I think we're gonna go to point 5. But Gap died. I don't know how. I don't think it would have been like the make or break. Actually, no, it might have even still. They're so clutch with their fights. I don't know what happened there. But Gap will be going over to the Orisa now.
Yeah. Orisa, I think it's a good pick against the Malga, obviously. Kind of denying a little bit of value. But honestly, I think the Ram is good too, so we'll just have to see if Artemis can adjust to this or not. Maverick still has this cage. Didn't have to use it in the last fight because of the early pick they got.
Look at this face.
And they're trying to wrap this backline down, but J-Man finds the opener here. Floonfy just with a beat into this. And Gap is really low. So is J-Man though, and Square's going to find the early kill here as Amadou throws the Sierra ult in for good measure, and Artemis, they're winning this fight outright right now. Biz looking for trades as Ewan dies, and it's just the Tracer left. Goes down, and Artemis, they're going to find once again an early point cap.
Can you give us a tap? Oh my god, I mean... Also, Gap, look at that. Look at those stats. Oh.
How much damage does Amadou have? 7k. Just curious. You know, RX, this is the curious.
Amadou got a lot of picks.
Amplify really don't have that much. I mean, Ewan's coming up on the beat here. Both Curies are going to mirror Hutch's here, but Hutch is one and dies early to Maverick. Gap soon to
Gap is looking low too, and that's an early.
That's a big fight win. I mean, both teams throw the Curious into this. J-Man not even gonna make it to the spawn doors, bro. The hunt is relentless for Artemis.
Oh, and there's the mirror, and there's the mirror, and there's the mirror.
It's gonna be the Malga Reaper for Amplify now. I thought we were gonna see a Malga mirror in this map, and Gap, he's happy to give it. But nothing in the bank here for Amplify. They just have the beat, so they're gonna have a beat engage here, but that's gonna be kind of it.
And the funny, like, look at how Artemis is already pushed. You know what the
And they're going to go early here. Beats out from Ewan. Finds the entire team of Amplify.
Oh my God,
Maverick is
Maverick.
just way too far in. Still
the
staying
Suzu's
alive,
good.
though, but gonna be able to make it out just barely as J-Man goes down. And now Amplify, they have to find some way to cap this
Biz
point. Biz does
gets a good
eventually find the
advantage.
final onto the Malga. And the Artemis backline is so low, but Ewan falls.
Amadou.
Gap is so low.
Gap is low.
And Amadou is just farming
Son.
for the high ground. This Sierra is doing so much. Biz falls. J-Man is a respawn. And Gap, I don't think, just doesn't have the HP for this. As Floofy finds 2, Hutch dies, and Artemis, they're going to win the second flag point. 100 to 0 here. And they're 1 point away from icing this series and avoiding the reverse sweep. They have lots of ults available for the next fight. They got Beat, they got Sierra ult, they got Cage. Marsh working up to a Curie rush and Amplify. They still have base. They don't really have anything for this next fight. They have 3 ults at 60%. They're going to have to play slow before they get them.
You know, so like here's the thing. Even if you get your ultimates, right, Artemis is going to be good at layering them. You know, they're not going to use everything in the fight. Normally not, you know what I mean?
Very aggressive here. Maverick uses
But
the
Maverick-
Cage. It beats out from Floofy. They have
But
to win
B-
this.
BK
They have to win it now. And a
they have to-
off from Square. That's 4. No way. That's 5 for the Tracer. When Artemis need it most, a 5 cannon. Get it on stream, bro. No. He's going to kill me. But oh my God, Artemis. They're going to once again get an early point cap here. Lots of ults used, though. Not going to lie. You could argue the early cap is worth it here. Amadou needs to be careful on this off angle, and he's going to drop the Sierra ult, and is Square going to get heat checked here by J-Man. Maverick very, very low as well. This Gap looking for the follow-up. Does eventually fall. Biz finds a kill into Amadou, and honestly, we've talked about Artemis for a second now, but big fight win for Amplify. They used nothing, literally 0. So kind of worst case scenario for Artemis. I'm not going to lie.
And they have 5. Ooh, it's getting a bit sketchy now.
Very sketchy. Marks will have the Curious to kick it off, but Hutch has it to mirror as well. And I mean, everything in the bank here. Gap. He's just going to go. Paradox uses the Curious, and Gap gets crunched, but should be able to stay alive here as Biz dies in the middle of Reaper. And Amplify, they might have to pop a little bit more for this. As J-Man goes down, and Gap, he has so much left to do here. Square almost has another Pulse Bomb. As Hutch kind of gets forced out here, Square finds the kill, and Artemis to win the fight outright. And Amplify used everything but beat. What on earth is happening?
4? They used 4. I was talking about it. It was a Kitsune and a dream for Artemis. If that dream came true for them, they win now.
They look in a good spot to take this one. They have Cage coming up, Sierra coming up, Beat coming up, Pulse Bomb available. And Ewan, he has so much left to do with this beat here. It's going to have to be big.
But thing, if Artemis do it, so can Amplify. Can they give themselves a good answer here?
But Maverick is really low. Floofy still has some work to get towards this beat here. And he's going to bump him, but Mardox is going. Oh my God, no way. Maverick using the Cage as well, but without the Curie available here. You have to wonder if it's enough, but Square once again, he's trying to be the hero for Artemis. Biz goes down, it's just Gap in
solo.
It's just Gap and J-Man left, and Artemis, I think they're going to do it here. It's just J-Man trying to stall as long as possible, but who has the touch?
After all the trials,
Artemis,
no one.
They're gonna win it out on point 4 here, avoiding the reverse sweep. No way, man. What a series. What a monster series, bro. I have no words.
We talked about it being a banger potential, and that potential was very, very clearly realized, more than expected. I'll be entirely honest with you. Oh my God, that was a series for the ages. If you ever had hunger to see a perfect series, I think you saw it there. I mean, you cannot ask for more.
If only playoffs were on the line for that one, man. If only, man. If that series had like some real attachment to it, I would have been fucking. It would have been so locked. But man, that was a monster series. And Artemis, they're playing the spoiler role here. Their playoff hopes are basically cooked, right? But that's gonna impact the Amplify seeding pretty significantly, I think.
That one's gotta hurt, especially this late in. That is going to add up, but that will be a win for Artemis versus Amplify. Whew.
And I mean, that's a monster series, dude. One of the best ones we've ever had on cast. Probably the best one we two have ever casted together. Yeah, could be. I don't know. There's so much happening there. I have no clue. But there's gonna be one player of the match, and
I think I know what it is.
Even despite Square's heroics on map 5, like I'm not gonna lie to you, Square Breads was moving map 5. That's my goat, bro. That's my Kings. I love Square, but it's got to go to Maverick unofficial, baby.
It's got to.
Monster performance across the entire series. 3-1 in maps. And even the map they lost, he was literally popping off. Just go check the scoreboards on the FaceIt website for yourself, bro. Like, this guy, he was a different breed today. And sometimes that's all it takes to get a pretty big upset win here in Artemis. I mean, they've had their ups, they've had their they've sure had their downs this season. It obviously can play up to a playoff team on the day that they choose, but today they chose it. And they're going to spoil Amplify's playoff success here. That's going to knock Amplify. Let me check their record now. I'm curious. They're going to be 9-4 off of that. So, I mean, they're still going to get a good seed, but now you're probably going to play potentially a very, very strong team. And you're going to get knocked out of the top 4. I think the top 4 seeds, obviously, is where you want to be because you don't have to play, like, Kintsugi, Team Z, Dildux, etc. Right. Fallen took a loss today. I didn't watch the game, but I heard it was 3-0, obviously, so.
Quite interesting to see. A lot of things happening right now in Masters and right? Like, you cannot take your eyes away from this tier. You cannot clearly predict these games sometimes, as you see right now. Whew. You know what's one thing I want to say, though, Parker?
What?
Our Preds happened, and?
How do I always lose the Preds, bro?
You suck ass. You suck, bro. I just didn't know her.
I've started to not pred the teams that I really want to win because I always just can't cancel. I always mess it up. Like every time I choose an underdog, they just get steamrolled, and every time I choose a favorite, they get upset. So I'm here for the entertainment of everybody, bro. I'm just gonna keep choosing favorites. But yeah, I mean, that was a monster series. Thanks everyone for tuning in with us. I mean, geez, that could be one of the top 5 matches of the season. I'm not gonna lie. Everyone was probably on that. We hit like a crazy amount of viewers, like 60 viewers, bro. That's crazy. Like, thank you guys so much for the support here. I recognize so many names in the chat. We casted so many games this season, but we are not done yet. I promise you that. I do graduate Friday at 9 a.m., and I have 2 ceremonies I have to do Thursday, one at 3 and one at 6. So, Loki could do a Thursday cast. If I make it in time, I will. I don't have anything else I want to do that night because I have to wake up really early the next morning anyway. But play it by ear. Should have a cast out tomorrow as well. That's when my last final is too. So, I mean, we're grinding, man, and we're going to be here all of playoffs as well. I'm really excited to do the playoff games. I hope you guys give us some good entertainment. We haven't gotten to do a lot of these teams because they've just been at the top, and so I've tried to do like other games that I thought were closer. But once playoffs occur, it's kind of like any game goes kind of thing. So we're just gonna
FaceIt has. Sorry, God.
We're just gonna roll with the punches on that and just really try and choose all the best games and choose any team that we really want to stream. So. Yeah, thank you guys so much for the support. I mean, it's been awesome. It's a great stream, great cast. And yeah.
You guys are the real men, women, anything of the match. You guys are the tiger, trust me. It means so much.
The Kevin Durant speech. You the real MVP.
You the real MVP. You the real MVP.
No, yeah. But thank you guys so much for joining us. I've already kind of gone through a little like post game, but I can't believe that was such a great series, bro. Maverick, massive plays, Square. He played all 5 maps, and in the very last one, he had enough left in the tank to pull off that 5K, and then a massive turn on the last fight as well. So all the props to him. He knows I love him, bro. He's fun. Hopefully, I gave him something good to watch back, a good cast, a lot of hype moments. But yeah, I don't have anything else. You have anything else?
No, I really don't. That took everything out of me, and rightfully so. I was just happy to see that. Like, it's like in that one JJK episode, like his appetite was my appetite was satiated there. Got a map 5 and got it in the best way possible. Just a banger series, high quality from both teams. Congrats, Artemis.
Yeah. Well, with that, I'm gonna end the stream here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm going to announce the match I do tomorrow. Tomorrow at some point, probably after my exam, which is at 1. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of great games tomorrow, so I'm going to just try and choose one that not anyone else is doing because I don't like stacking names too heavily. And hopefully we see you guys there. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sticking with us, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.